it's a faint, just a faint sound, but I don't see a picture.
Okay.
Judy, can you move your screen one way or another? Maybe it'll come in then. I can hear you both.
Eleanor, your voice is kind of low.
Is it?
Now it's better. Now it's better.
Well, maybe if I pay attention and speak up.
Okay. How about this? No? Uh-oh. I might
Rob, I
have
like
to.
your cool screen with the Santa Claus and the dog back there.
That's my other screen, yeah.
No, I see. I see where it's two.
So let me see. I gotta go back to Zoom. And
Isaac, I can hear you just fine.
okay, it's and I'm not even sure. I got all kind of things going on these days. This microphone might be working, or my camera, the mic on the camera could be working. And let's see if I'm trying to see.
I can see and hear both Isaac, Judy Brown, and I haven't heard anyone else saying. I don't know.
Okay, so then I'm gonna. Y'all can give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna switch my system and see what happens. Okay, so if you can hear sound from me and I'm speaking.
Yep.
No, his voice just went down.
You stopped.
I can't hear his voice. No. I'm about to get me some Christmas pajamas for next year. I don't have any.
Do you ever wear any?
Yes, I do gowns, mainly gowns. When it's cold, I'm in sweatshirts, sweatpants, hats.
So we have two for you, Rob. Oh, his audio.
He went over to the other screen.
You're on mute there, Rob.
He changed hats. No, he didn't. Yeah, yes, he did. He changed hats. Isaac's calling someone to see if they can help him. Hi, Catherine.
She's class of 66.
Oh.
Yeah, my younger sister.
Oh, okay. I'm 67 along with Stevenson, Isaac. Class 67. So 65, 66, 67.
You're both young.
Woo-wee.
Don't always feel that way, though.
Tell that to my body.
Yeah, exactly.
Rob, he went back to his other screen.
Whoa.
Wow, didn't this year go fast?
Okay, I just found out what I need to do. Come on.
Oh, Bill is okay.
Rob?
He's over on that other screen with his laptop.
Yeah, but one of them, the one he was just, where he just was, is on mute.
I think he knows it's on mute.
Okay.
I think he does. And he's talking to someone. The Galaxy don't have her name on it. Galaxy tab A.
You're right.
Sandra, where are you?
Oh, there's Bill.
Where's Bill?
He's right there.
Oh, there he is. I saw that coming up too.
How you doing?
Let me see, where's Sandra?
So, Bill, I have to apologize to you because up at the very top of your posting on Facebook, it said Christmas Eve Zoom. And then I, in my brilliance, wrote him and said, so what day will it be?
Oh.
Yes, I did. And he was kind enough to say, well, Christmas Eve, it's December 24th. I don't know.
That's what it usually is.
Hey, Isaac, I made you co-host.
Is Isaac here?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Eleanor, I was in the dollar store one time with one of my sisters, and she said, well, how much is it? I just had to laugh.
Well, sometimes it's not, though. Those dollar stores, they fool you.
Oh, we got all kinds of people here.
Sandra called me. I got to see what happened to her. Sandra must have.
Okay.
Hey, Rita.
Rita,
His mother's just came in.
Mama D.
Vicky Smothers.
Vicky on there?
An off
Yeah.
original
Hey,
sound.
Vicky.
Okay, again, I have to ask, can everybody hear me?
Hi, Vicky.
Yes.
Yes. I
Okay,
can hear
cool. Okay, cool.
Hi.
I don't, even when it has share my screen, I do have some video here, but what I might have to do is, before we go, and I don't know if any of you all saw either the video that we did with Louis Bundy or with Poncho. And matter of fact, what I better do is I'm going to call right now Nate Branch and make sure, because he was going to be here at about 1:15, and he might have gotten the wrong number. So I want to make sure that Nate gets the number so he can join us.
Hi, Sandra. Where are you? Are you on the screen? Oh, okay. Bye.
Who's all there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, Ella.
Yes. I'm here.
So how many folks we got so far? A bunch. Oh, hi there, Vicky. How are
13
you?
of us.
Okay. I'm going to dump out for a second.
Nate said Nate.
Hey, Nate, this is Isaac. I just wanted to,
Nate will be coming pretty soon.
I know we were supposed to get together a little bit earlier, but I got tied up. I'll give you a call back, okay? Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda. Hi.
I see Linda.
Okay, so now I'm doing something else on Messenger.
Yeah. Not coming through good.
Oh yeah, Gigi. Okay, so you're trying to get into the Zoom meeting too, right? Okay, so let me see if I can get you the what's the link, the conference. You have Zoom on your computer, right? Okay. Okay. So, Bill, are you still with us?
I'm here.
Okay, so
What you need?
here's what you can do. You set that up, and I'll get you the number from Bill. And the number for that we're using is what?
580,
580
527,
527
5649.
5649. So that's 580-5275-4649.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Great. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead, do that then. I'm on I'm on Gail with Gail Wilkerson, or Gigi, and hopefully she's going to join us shortly.
Gail Wilkerson.
Uh huh.
Is that the one grew up in Menlo Park?
Absolutely.
Girl, I said hi.
She's coming, planning to come on now.
Okay.
So Gail, I'm gonna let you go now. Okay. Bye bye.
The dog wants on.
My puppy. And let's see. So I'm gonna close that. And I'm gonna leave that, and I'm gonna come back, and you all believe me, I am.
To replay your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 3. For delivery options, press 4.
Let's see, exit minimize video. Okay, I'm back.
Press star.
So you all, I hope you can hear me and see me, and
Can't see
Julie
you.
DeLumpa
I can hear you, but
is joined,
To replay your message,
Yeah, I just submitted it.
and Julie.
record your message,
Hi, Julie.
delivery options, press 4.
can't see you.
Julie calling from here.
It's Julie.
We're gonna ask you to unmute. Yes.
I'm off mute.
Yay.
Julie, is
Yes.
Kathy?
Oh, there's Julie.
Hi.
Hi.
Julie, is your sister going to join us?
I think so. She said she'd be joining.
Yeah, she said she would.
Gail is about to join. As we get this really going, let's see. Let me go to the gallery view. So I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15 folks. And I'm going to hopefully grab some more. Eddie Medeiros, I'm hoping that he and his wife will join us from Molokai. And I had some video from Molokai, as well as I've got some. Nate Brand should be joining us. I just gave him a call. And a whole bunch of other folks that hopefully will, even if they stop in for 5 or 10 minutes. I hope you're doing well on this Christmas Eve. I have some Christmas music to play along with this, but we're still kind of setting up. I'm relatively new to Zoom, and I kind of feel like most of us are. It's not like Ravenswood. This is more than paper and pencil now. And I definitely get confused. So.
Oh, don't we all?
Well, gee, did we ever think we were seniors? Gonna be seniors? I'm 71, class of 67, and I keep thinking, wow, when we were in school, I remember going to Woolworth and down when it was still in downtown Palo Alto,
Yes.
and Liddy Coates was next door.
Yes.
And for Christmas, you know, we'd go shopping at Woolworth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And say, hi, lady. And realize they were just teenagers, too. I wasn't. So, and how many here worked at Woolworth or worked in Palo Alto or did other things?
Yeah. I did.
Hey, Vicky.
Her microphone's off. Vicky, if you're there, your microphone's off. Desmond,
I know
Miss
it's
Lee.
off. I'm on mute
Okay.
on purpose.
Okay.
Because I'm having a conversation, so I'm
You
on
got it.
until I'm done.
Miss Lee.
I'm typing hello.
Matter of fact, I think I'll start taking names down. And Miss Lee, what year were you at Ravenswood? 69.
Okay.
I wish there was a way that we could put that on our screens too, what year we were there, so we'd know. And Bill, you were a class of
64.
Yay.
64.
You could put your name down by putting it where you wrote your name at. You could put it next to your name. You can always rename yourself, and you can put.
Oh, really? See, ask.
Yeah.
Rename myself. Hey, dude. Great idea.
Yeah.
Then everybody will know. You can just put the year down next to it.
Now, who's speaking?
Vicky.
Cool. You do this a bunch, right?
Yes.
How about sharing screens?
Well, you could share your screen, but you'd have to have something to share it with, and you already have to have it pre-ready to share.
Yeah, that's nice.
Isaac, do you mean have more than one picture on the screen?
You can do it.
Yes.
Well, right now we're what's in the gallery view, or at least I am.
Yeah. I think that's about all you could get, but it depends upon whether you're using Apple or PC.
Yeah.
Julie, how did you do that?
I'm using Galaxy Samsung. I'm using Samsung.
At the top of the box, there are 3 dots, and you click on the dots, and then it says rename, stop video. It says rename
Okay.
at the top of your box, of your frame. 3 dots, and then click that, and it'll say rename.
Oh, okay.
Class of 64. On mine, my name is so long.
I see yours. Let me go over here.
And I noticed that Gail Wilkerson is trying to.
He's on. Who is the host for this meeting? You, Isaac?
I will take over that if I had to. Nate Branch said he was going to co-host it with me.
No, there will be. When you signed in, you had to make yourself the host. Who was the first one in?
My brother made you co-host, Isaac.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking at Cheryl Houston, 7 to 18 participants in the meeting.
Say my name. Do it show Zella Barnes?
No, I'm seeing Galaxy Tab 1A.
That's me.
Okay, so you can, and again, since Vicky just tuned me into this, because
No, but mine's not working.
No, Galaxy Tab, it isn't.
How come you're not on?
You and I have Samsung devices, and they don't.
oh, okay, I got you.
Because I don't know what it's for. I'm gonna have to get off.
Who's that? Who said that?
And also, Galaxy
Hi,
Tab.
Linda.
I'm Ella Barnes.
No, why you have to get off?
Hi,
I'm-
Linda.
I'm class of 60.
Is there anybody here from the class of 61?
No,
Is there-
get on.
Is there anybody here from the class of 61?
What? Okay, bye. There's still people trying to get on.
Now, who's saying bye?
I was saying bye to my sister to make her get on
Oh.
call.
Are you letting them on, Rob?
Any class from 60?
Hey,
She should say,
Cheryl.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Judy.
Is there any,
Hi, Linda.
Well, let's
is there
see.
anybody here from the class of 61?
Is there anyone here from the class of 61?
But Isaac, just
Yes.
have them rename themselves and put
Okay.
their class in the box. Their name. Then we'll
Okay.
know who everybody is.
Can't figure that out.
On your screen, you'll see on the lower left-hand side of your screen, you'll see your name. And just right click on your name, and it will open up another window that says mute audio, stop video, and rename yourself.
Or you can, Isaac, can I tell them a simpler way?
Please.
Okay,
Please.
just go up to the right-hand corner of your name, of your picture in the frame, click on the three dots, and
Yep.
and rename will come. It'll be mute my audio, stop video, and rename. Click on rename, and just type your year next to your name.
Okay.
Doesn't do that.
Can everybody see it?
I see folks are starting to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
May I make a comment, please? That work,
Judy?
Don't work. This computer.
Can you see where you can put? There you go. You got it. You got it.
Yeah, I was typing. I did it as Isaac was talking.
I think just
I
about
can't
everybody's
find it.
doing it. Can you do it?
I'm starting to actually change the names of some folks as I see them come in.
You finally got on.
I can't figure that.
Galaxy tablet. That's
Cheryl?
Hello. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Cheryl, what class were you in, Cheryl?
66.
Okay.
66. Sandra was 64.
I was 65.
65. I thought you and Steve graduated together.
Okay, so I changed Cheryl.
I tried.
Gil, you were 67, right?
Yep, with you.
Yep.
Isaac, can you change mine?
Yes, I will.
Who else was at 67?
I'm 60.
I know Linda is.
Okay. Gail, you got it.
Gail Wilkerson is.
Can you change mine, Kathy White?
Okay, I just asked Gail to start her video if she has it. She just might be on the phone. I'm going around checking everyone else.
60?
Kathy White, 66.
Miss White, Catherine?
Michelle?
What year were you
Yeah.
at Ravenswood?
66.
Okay.
66.
66.
Okay.
So,
Isaac.
Wilkerson.
Sandra?
She finally got on.
What?
Showing your lap, Gail.
In the upper corner of your picture is three dots.
What?
Those dots
No blouse now.
you have to put your year next to your name.
What?
okay.
Go to
And the year you graduated next to your name.
Okay.
Isaac.
Yes, I'm listening.
Thank you.
Change mine.
Good job.
The Galaxy Tab A.
Yes, okay.
Class 60.
Class 60?
Yeah, Ella Barnes.
Etta Barnes?
Ella, E-L-L-A.
Yeah. William Barnes.
On Laurel Street.
Class of what, Miss Barnes?
Yeah.
Class, first class. 60.
Look at your picture on the screen.
Yeah.
I got class of what?
Put your cursor there and you'll see three dots up in
60.
the right-hand corner.
First class.
Click on that and then click on rename.
Is that okay?
Oh, and then
Mine
put
doesn't do it.
65 next to your name.
Okay, I
Oh,
fixed
now I
that.
got it. You did mine, I
So whatever you want to do.
good.
Sandra.
Isaac, may I ask you to do
Isaac.
Sandra,
Brad Stamper.
what are you on? Are you on a phone or a tablet?
65. She on the phone with me right now.
Brad, what class were you in?
Is she using her phone?
Okay, she did it.
67.
It didn't go on my screen. It didn't go.
It's on my screen that I'm looking at. You did it. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Who left?
Nobody.
Okay.
Personal call.
Isaac, may I have you do mine also? I have a Android. So
Okay. What class?
Eleanor Cannon, and it's class of 65.
65.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isaac, this is Brad. I'm in class of 1970.
Okay. Let's see. Brad. Hold on. I'm looking for the picture.
Brad Stamper.
It's the last
Oh, you said I thought you said 67. I'm sorry.
70.
Okay.
I'm Phyllis.
Well, hey there, young fella. Like I said, did we ever think we'd get to be this old?
No.
No.
I'm still not this old.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah, is that chronologically or mentally?
A little bit of both.
I'm still gonna. Matter of fact, I'm gonna still take some time out. I'm trying to reach Nate because he not only did he want to be here, we were trying to figure out how we could perform for you all and what we could do.
Really?
Oh yes, I mean we didn't.
He can do his at home. He do it for church all the time, so he can do it from home.
Okay, and I had some videos that I've been blessed to make a couple of trips to Hawaii with Eddie Medeiros and his wife, and as well some of the other adventures that you all have done. And the other thing, I'm working with the city of East Palo Alto. We're trying to put together a history piece on East Palo Alto and gather some of the history of this area. And I don't know, I started going to Kavanaugh in 1955 when I was 5. And I went into kindergarten there. And in my kindergarten class, there were 3 black children, 1 Hispanic. And we think of how much things changed from that time to the way it is today.
Yeah, I went to Dino's in 1955, 8th grade.
We're in a different world.
Yeah.
But as I put it,
they stole our name.
Hey, Branch is here.
oh, where is? Okay, admit.
With Neil Johnson.
Brother Nate, what class were you in, Nate? You were in 65?
63.
5, I think.
63?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Nate.
I think he's still trying to check in.
Yeah, I
Is
see
his
that.
audio on? Let's see.
Hey, Brother Nate.
He's not in the waiting room. It's,
He's in. I let him in.
and I know he's there. Nate, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Hi.
Okay.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good to be here.
I
gotta step up my game. Hey, Nate.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Bill. How you doing, Brian?
Oh my God.
Oh, I like your hat.
Bill have a pulse.
Check my minor bills.
Hey, it's snowing here.
I had my ball here.
Yeah, sing it.
Sure. We still got folks coming in.
Hey, Santa.
Nate Brent.
I don't know who the picture is.
Nate Brent, how you doing, man?
All right.
Cheryl Farrell.
This is Brad in Atlanta, man.
What class were you in, Cheryl?
67.
Okay.
Hey, Cheryl.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Rob.
Oh, Cheryl.
Oh, Brad, is that you, Brad?
This is Brad Stamper in Atlanta.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, Brad.
How you doing?
It's Essie in Stockton, California.
What?
John.
Cheryl, you see Rita?
John.
Wow.
Brad,
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
Vicky I said,
Love and kisses.
all day.
So
You
as
get my message,
Okay.
Wilkerson?
Vicky, I should let you be the moderator.
Whoa.
I got you because it seems like you know how to do some of this. This is the first time I've ever been in this role. I normally try to be in the
How you get
background.
voted in?
I didn't get voted in. There was no vote.
Hi, Gail. Hi.
There was no vote. I was just thinking, wouldn't it be great?
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
No, I was thinking, wouldn't it be great to have, I mean, we're supposed to be social distancing. I think we're social distancing here, so we're under that.
Well, we very much that.
And the idea that, wow, it's just so nice to see all of your smiling faces.
Yes, we're healthy, we're here, we're happy.
With the idea that we're history here in East Palo Alto.
Yes.
No, we're representing East Palo Alto.
More.
I am here in East Palo Alto.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? The world is bigger than that. There's other places to go.
Of anybody that has traveled way across the world, out of East Palo Alto, you talking
You
to
like
the wrong
going back
person.
home. You like going back home to your original roots.
I
visit.
I've been there too.
Can I give you all a story?
Yes.
I've been all over the Mediterranean. I've been all over the Mediterranean. Ethiopia, I was working with the Ministries of Health in Ethiopia and in Uganda. And to see a group of scientists come into an area going out to the field to fight an Ebola outbreak has, you haven't seen anything, especially with this virus, until you start to see what other people are doing all over the world. And I've been in every country in South America except Suriname, French Guiana, and Ecuador. With the State Department, I had the opportunity. I went into the Navy. And while I was in the Navy, I went through the Armed Forces School of Music after being in for 5 years. I was the first rated male vocalist to go through the Armed Forces School of Music in Norfolk, Virginia. And toured for the State Department. So, and I realized we are
service.
It was wonderful.
We need more people like you.
We need to get more of our folks out there because we need to see what the world's like outside of where we are.
Yes, especially those that ain't left East Palo Alto in 50 years.
And then being stationed in Jacksonville, Florida, Charleston, South Carolina, and Norfolk, Virginia, and Philadelphia.
And also,
Brad.
Yay.
I realized how
I got Georgia on my mind.
Hey, Georgia's a good spot to be.
I got Georgia.
Georgia is a good spot to be.
Listen, we want Georgia to turn around blue.
Georgia is on.
That's right.
Isaac.
On point right now.
Isaac.
Yes, go ahead, Vicky.
Okay.
In order to
all riding
control
on
the
Georgia.
meeting, you might want to put everybody on mute. And if you want to hear from people, then you can unmute them as the host. So we don't be scattered all over.
Thank you, Miss Vicky.
Excuse me. I'm just saying.
No.
Everybody wants to say yes.
Listen, it took me 50 years to get here to see you one more time. Hi, Miss Vicky. I'm going to put myself on mute because I'm having too much fun right now.
Okay.
Well,
so then let's do this then. Let's do this and you not on Vicky, you make super sense, okay? I can tell you've been running meetings, haven't you?
Thank you.
All day long, every day.
That's my job.
I don't have a job. I'm retired, honey. Go ahead.
I tried, you look, Vic, I done tried that 3 times and I still get up and go to work because it's boring being retired. I got too much to give.
What have you had today, Bessie? But anyway.
I had bacon and eggs.
Okay, so
and then I'm going to start making
I'm going to take Vicky's. We still have people that are checking in, but here's what I'd like to do. As people are checking in, everybody go on, and I don't know how this. I don't know how the screens are set up, but actually, why don't we start doing this? Because we have enough. We better get started.
Yeah.
And let everybody. Well, shut your thing off. Shut your microphone off.
I like hearing everybody though.
The next thing, well, we're going to come back to that because I'm also wondering, we are supposed to be able to record this.
It's not being recorded.
I better put myself on mute.
You can record it.
Go down to the bottom. I have one question. Where's Bill?
Bill's
here. Bottom.
I'm right here.
He's
hi, Bill.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so let's see.
Bill.
Yes,
LT.
Rita.
Yes, Cheryl.
Hi.
And me say hi and thank. Now I'm gonna go on mute.
Okay, so I'm gonna go.
So if you go down to the bottom where it says more, it should be in there.
Okay.
If you're a host, it should be in there too. It should.
Yeah,
you should have
you got to be a host.
And I'm looking.
He's a co-host, and I muted everyone.
Hey, Cheryl.
Okay, unmute Isaac. Isaac, you have to unmute yourself.
He muted everybody.
I muted everybody.
Okay, how about that?
There you go.
Okay, so
same as everyone else. As you ask them to speak, they have to unmute themselves.
Okay, so as we begin, what as I'm looking at the screen, and I don't know how all the screens are set up, but I'm just about in the left-hand corner on the top row. I don't know if the rows are set up the same, but what I'd like you to do is as we start this Christmas Zoom, and I wish, like I said, I've got to work. We've got some Christmas music that I'd like to play, but I don't know if I could add it to everyone, or that we could all hear the music, as well as Nate Branch offered to entertain us some, and I'd like to entertain you all some as well if I could possibly do that. But what I'd really like to do, and I'm thinking if I could record it, and as I was saying before, we are history. And my phone, my little phone right here, Android, shoots better video than a $100,000 camera used to shoot when I first started working in television. So what I'd like to do, if not for us as a group, but for individuals, learn how to get your phone and start capturing your own family's history.
Lord.
And do things like, and how to take some video, and maybe if we don't do it here, your phone will do good, and it works wonderfully on the computers, and just some simple things to do. And like I said, I was blessed to work in radio and television here in the Bay Area and learned a lot. And I'd like to share the adventures that many of us have had here in East Palo Alto, how we got here, and what we've been doing and how our families are doing. So I'll shut up. Well, no, how about if I start it? And then I'd like to go through and hear from all of you. I don't want to clog up the airwaves too much. So Isaac Stevenson, I've been here since 1955. My family moved here the weekend before May 1st in 55, and I know because we went to get my older sister, Ricky Stevenson, into school, and I was going into kindergarten. She's 2 years ahead of me. And they were having the Maypole dance at Kavanaugh. So that's how, and I went back to look at the date, and it was the 1st of May. We came in on Saturday and went to Kavanaugh on that Monday. been here ever since, been all over the world, as I said earlier. But out of all the places that I've been, I love this area more than anywhere else I've been in the world. I realized I got into the history of East Palo Alto and the Bay Area. We are on the best land on the peninsula. This is farmland. It belonged to the Presidio 185 years ago. And Portola expedition came over what's called Sweeney Ridge 250 years ago on I think it was the 5th of November of last year. So we're great. We'll be gone in another 150 years. And as the Bayland is developed and other things change in this area, I don't think if we let our land go here, we'll be able to come back. Because as I said, there are going to be a lot of changes in the Bay Area. So I'll shut up for that for right now. Those are the things I think of. And been to traveled to South America for the State Department with the plane with the big band, opened the show for Johnny Mathis in Brasilia, have played for the heads of states throughout the country. And then I worked for a company called BD Biosciences. And for those of you that were ever part of the summer science program at Stanford, I was. And Leonard Herzenberg, who was the head, who was the director of that program at Stanford at the time, he and his wife Lee were also the inventors of the fax machine, fluorescence activated cell sorter. And the company that I went to work for 3 days, painting a lab, I wound up being there for 25 years. And it was a great experience. They sent me, like I said, they sent me to different parts of the world to teach lab safety. I worked under environmental health and safety. And so again, I'm going to hush. I want to listen to you all and learn. And I'm going to do one other thing, even if I can't do it on this screen. I have the ability to record on my computer. And I'm going to try to capture what we're doing. So I'm going to change that. And I'm going to go into another program. And so let's see. Rob, is it Rob or is it Bill? Who would like to start off first?
May I ask a question?
Yes,
Isaac?
ma'am. Yes.
This is Eleanor Cannon, class of 65. I was in Ricky's class. What is she up to?
Right now, I don't know. I'd love to speak with her. We had some issues with family, and Cam, should get me. We had some issues with family in the house, and she's in Paris. She's working in Paris. Let's see. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to do something to speak about Ricky. I wish she'd join us. I've been trying to reach out to her for at least a year and a half. And families are funny. I'm also a long-term care ombudsman for San Mateo County now. I have 11 facilities that I monitor between Redwood City and East Palo Alto, dealing with how the people who are living in the facilities are being treated. My parents both had to deal with some issues of elder abuse that sometimes it's hard for family to look at those things. And so that's what got me into being an ombudsman, and I actually won an award for the work that we did there because through being an ombudsman, and then working with the Ministry of Health in Africa and where the other places, the other things I had done, I figured out how to connect our community more and help our seniors here when they're, especially even me. I don't remember as well. My dad at one time thought we lived in Los Angeles, and I'd put him in the car and drive him by Moffett Field because he could remember the hangars there, and he'd come back. And when he was in a facility, they tied him and restrained him to a bed. He thought he was a prisoner. And they took him out. And we just don't realize those things. And it could be us. So those are the things I'm working with today. So I hope I can reconnect with Ricky and Dana. Hopefully she'll be who is my younger sister. She's 2 years younger. Hopefully she'll be able to join us too. But that's why I'm really thinking about, getting us back together. And here we are I'm 71. How do we prepare for our future and, keep ourselves going and our families going versus being torn apart? So if I can record, and I found out where I could record this, I'm going to start a new project, and I'm going to do record, and my screen is going full screen, and I'll go back there. And
Boss man, I have a question.
Hit me.
Okay. I don't want to talk about myself, but what I would like to do is I would like to hear from you and Nate now, like you said at the beginning.
Okay, well, Nate, when you say hear from us, what would you like to hear?
I don't know. I mean, that's up to you.
Okay. Nate, well, here's then, Nate, I'm going to take you off of mute. And I'm going to ask you to unmute.
I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can, sir.
Yeah. You want to hear about me?
Yes. How are you? What are you doing? And how have you been?
Well, I was.
Hi, Cheryl.
She's okay. She's in Chicago. Still running her mouth, but it's cool.
That's what 1970 do. Talk a lot.
Oh yeah. But Isaac, I was really interested in listening to you and the places you've been and what you've done, man. That's impressive.
Can I give you one more thought?
Sure.
My counselor, and I won't say his name, I was when I went to ask him about going to college, and he says his exact words were, "Stevenson, you don't need to think about going to college. You need to worry about graduating from Ravenswood." And what does a 17-year-old think when they hear someone in authority saying something like that? So I didn't think I could go to college. I had the opportunity to be accepted at Texas Southern, and I didn't think I could do it. Vietnam was going on. My dad was a military man, so I went ahead and joined the Navy. But and I learned along the way in the Navy, because the first officer that I ran into, and I spoke to him, he said, "Where you from, boy, speaking like that?" I'm from California, sir. He said, "Oh, you're a California boy, huh? You're going to be a problem." And, I'm thinking, hey, wait a minute, I'm from the hood.
Yeah, you got the 70s Liberation Army behind you.
So you learn, and then you go to other countries where people weren't shown respect in their own countries by Americans.
We're going to hear from Nate.
So I will. So if you want to know about me, those are the things we go.
Okay. Yeah. Well, myself, I guess I've been living a dream life since Ravenswood. When I was a senior, most of you know, we won that championship in what year was it? 62. And that really started my career off. I had about 35 different scholarship offers from different colleges. And at that time, Will Chamberlain was a friend of mine. Because we had the banquet after the championship, and he was there with Willie Mays and R.C. Owens and all those big-time athletes. If you see a gap down here, I couldn't find my partial. So I feel like a jack-o'-lantern. But anyway, Will used to come down to my house in East Palo Alto, and my mother would cook for him, and because he liked one of my cousins. And anyway, I asked him, I said, "Well, Will, I have all these offers. about colleges and which one should I take. He said, well, I won't tell you which one to go to, but if I hadn't gone to Kansas, I would have gone to Nebraska. So I checked out Nebraska, and they hadn't had a winning season since 1921. So I said, I can only go up from there. And it was a good move. It was 11,000 students, and I think there was like 60 Afro-Americans there out of 11,000 students. So it was quite a learning experience for me. I had no aspirations of going with the Harlem Globetrotters. What happened was I was drafted by the Oakland Oaks in the ABA, and I was drafted by the San Diego Rockets down in San Diego in the NBA. So the first day of workouts, I twisted my ankle, and they told me to go home for a couple of weeks. So anyway, when I got home, I had this big stack of letters from the Harlem Globetrotters, and they were expecting me in 2 days to be there in Chicago. So I went to Chicago, and I ended up staying 15 years with the Globetrotters. But I tell you, I don't regret it at all, because it afforded me an opportunity to go around the world 6 times. I've been to like 45 different countries. I met a lot of people in those countries that I still have contact with some. I learned to speak about 3 languages in the restaurant only, because you had to eat. I've been to the White House 3 times, met 2 presidents. I got to kiss Elizabeth Taylor on the cheek. Well, who else? We met the cast of Sanford and Son, met Red Fox. I got to play piano with Charlie Pride, who just died. Played piano with Ronnie Millsap. I sat in Elvis Presley's Cadillac. There's so many things I could tell you, but right now I'm working with the church. I'm at St. John Baptist Church in East Palo Alto. I've been there since 1988. And I play the piano there 3 Sundays a week with the choir. And I also play for the Jerusalem Baptist Church on 3rd Sundays. And right now we do our Zoom services from St. John on Sundays at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I do my music from there and from here. And it's been very good. So I've been blessed. I really have been blessed. There's so much I could tell you. There is a book out that Dave Newhouse, who was a sports writer, but I think, what was it, Palo Alto Times, I think at the time.
They still have that newspaper?
No, not the Times, no. There is a book out on Amazon called The Game Would Not End. And it's about East Palo Alto and my life from that game that we had. So you can get it on Amazon. I think it's $6 or something like that. Great book. I haven't read it yet, but it's good.
What's the name of the book?
That's enough of me. The Game Would Not End. In fact,
Nate?
Yes.
This is
yes.
Linda. I remember you also teaching us some songs when you were leading the choir at St. John in the 60s.
Yes.
You remember way back
That's
then?
Right. Yes, I do, darling.
Yeah, that was wonderful. I used to love to go to choir practice and learn new songs.
You know, my father, Reverend Branch.
Yes, I loved him.
Started at St. John in 1955.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was 10 years old at the time. So I was Peach's kid because we used to live next door to St. John.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I was the janitor, the musician, the gardener. What else was I was doing everything for $125 a month.
That was big money.
Yeah, because he didn't really want me to play basketball because there was no time. Because after school I had to be home because choir rehearsal, as you remember, started around 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it was early.
So I didn't have time. But my mother said, well, he's going to play, or we just going to have a fight. And they did have a fight. So, but, I won out.
You won out. Yeah. Excellent.
That was good memories back then. We had a heck of a choir back in the 60s.
Yes, we did. And I really remember, Nate, remember the Saturday night times when John Smith and the people who play guitar, you guys would have those concerts at the church.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
That's right.
It was wonderful.
That's right. All the groups would come together.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember. You remember the Duncan sisters?
Yeah, we called them Saturday night hoedowns.
That's right. We used to jam. We used to have at different churches. Yeah.
Yes.
Those were the good times. Yeah. That's
memories.
You brought back memories to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I share my experience at the church was Mother Branch. And the one thing I learned from 4th grade, 6th grade was to learn all the books of the Bible in the Old and the New Testament. And every Easter, you got a chance to have an Easter speech, or you can name all the books.
Yes, that's right.
From Genesis to Revelations,
that's
the
right.
Old and the New Testament. I love Mother Branch. Cheryl was in all my classes from the 4th grade till we got to Ravenswood. And then Mother Branch sent her to, I think it was Palo Alto High, whatever. But yes.
Yeah,
thank you.
Great.
Thank you, St. John's Baptist Church. I'm still holy today.
Yeah, they're still doing it. Okay. When we get back in there, we have a great pastor, Reverend Ricky Williams. He's dynamic because he's I played for 4 different churches at certain times, and so I've heard a lot of sermons. And the most profound thing I heard Reverend Branch ever say was, "Suppose there is no heaven and there is no hell. What harm is it by treating each other like you're supposed to be treated?" And that meant a lot to me. That stuck with me all my life. That's true.
Yeah, that's profound. Yeah.
This is Cheryl Rages Houston. I was also a member of St. John in the youth choir. Loved Reverend Branch. He actually performed my first marriage. I remember.
Oh my God.
And my favorite memories of St. John are the Alum Rock picnics that we would have every year.
Those
and I remember
great.
one year, all the years we have those picnics. Everybody, all the neighborhood children show up. And Reverend Branch, the bus would get full, and he would stand there and look, and then he'd tell them, "Call another bus."
That's right.
Call another bus. I remember those very well.
Wow, Alum Rock. Wow.
Alum Rock in that swimming pool.
Oh, wow, that's great. Wow. You remember the time it snowed in East Palo Alto? We had snow?
Yes. Yes, remember.
1961.
1962, right? 1962.
I remember when it flooded.
Yeah.
And all of Kavanaugh was flooded, and then we lived on Poplar Avenue, and our house was raised, but the water was up to our front door. I remember walking to school in knee-high water.
Jesus, yeah.
Wow.
Well, at least we finally got some sidewalks in East Palo Alto. Oh boy!
And you know what? They came too late, because when I sold the family home, now it's worth $400,000 more. What?
Yeah.
That's what a sidewalk could do.
That's right. I'm gonna tell you this. When I started with the Globetrotters, I think about my 3rd year. I played summertime when I was at home. I played for Rawlings Realty out of Redwood City, real estate. And I had a chance to buy the property where Candlestick Park was. He said, "Nate, I can handle the deal for you. All you got to do is give me $3,000. But I was married to Maryland Branch. Yeah, we discussed it, and she didn't want to do it. She was skeptical of that stuff. But you know me, my soft heart. I told him never mind. And then he came back with another deal. He had 6 townhouse apartments, a half a block from San Jose State. He said, Nate, give me $2,000. You can move your family in to one of the 6 townhouses, and the other 5 were already rented out to the professors from San Jose State. And you have $300 a month to put in your pocket. And I didn't do that. And about 6 months later, somebody bought that land, and it was worth about $5 million now. So that's probably worth more than that now. But so I don't kick myself. I figure God's got something better for me.
Something better, yeah.
Nate, I might add that I don't know if any of you, the house on University Avenue that looked like a southern mansion with the, remember when it cost about $50,000 when those homes cost about that much?
Yeah, going downtown, like going downtown, right? With the big pillars and stuff.
Yes, and when acre lots, I remember when Mrs. Wilkes was putting the school, getting her school in there, those acre lots were going for about $80,000. They didn't have anything on them, but this was farmland. It was not landfill. And part of the Kavanaugh farm. And I went to St. Francis Church and knew Mrs. Kavanaugh, who used to live there in that old farmhouse. So again, there's so much history here. So I'm going to shut up again. Because I want to listen to your stories, and again I want to point out, if you've got a phone, if you start saving pictures, I've got pieces that hopefully we can get them up that I did with Pancho, Oscar, and Louis Bundy, and a number of the class members from '67. I wish you could see them. I'll try to, for those of you that are watching, I'll try to, if I can't get it up today, we'll make sure you can see them, because we need to be capturing our family's history. Your parents probably had old pictures that now you can scan and preserve. You might have had some film, and of course, we think now the Polaroid cameras were great and convenient, but they didn't hold pictures long, and it's a chance to recapture it. Yeah, so I just want to let you all know this is a history that we can't lose, because we've been here, we're here, and it's really, we should start looking out for it. Next speaker.
I want to hear from Bill.
Bill.
William, 1964.
Yes. Come on.
I'm always talking. You don't need to hear from me. Let somebody else speak.
Bill, actually, I want to hear from you or someone or your brother, because again, I keep thinking, I grew up on Westminster. We were in the 1100 block of Westminster. We were the 4th black family to live on that street. And I also remember that later on, as time went by, people couldn't drive down the street fast because people go. I mean, there are a lot of people that had 2-car garages, but they couldn't afford the second car. They only had 1 car, so you didn't see any cars on the street. We got to play in the street all day long. Anybody that was lucky enough to,
we didn't have a sidewalk or a garage.
Well, you lived in, that means you lived in the gardens, or you lived over?
I lived over there where the streets, the sidewalks stopped on Minalto. So from Poplar Avenue to Oakwood and Runnymede, you didn't have none.
Those areas, and part of the Ravenswood, part of our history is those, when Bayshore Freeway, and I don't know if you remember when we moved here, they didn't have a bridge at University, and they didn't have a bridge at Willow Road. There were stoplights. And you went across. Those areas of East Palo Alto were all laid out at the same time as Menlo Park and Atherton. And they were supposed to be meandering streets with oak trees in the middle, and the oak trees were nowhere near as big as they are today.
So and it's amazing how many people hit those trees in the middle of the damn street.
That's right.
But again, and I'll find this book I have that talks about the history of this area, not just East Palo Alto, but the whole. It's called South of San Francisco, the book, and it's really interesting, not just how we got here, but why we're here. and where the land will be going. And again, my mantra is we're on the best land on the peninsula.
That's right. Can I say this? Do you remember when Highway 101 was a stoplight to get in the
It was a stop sign. I remember the stop signs.
Do you guys remember when it was Green Gates? Do anybody know what Green Gates is?
Yeah. Green Gates.
And Isaac was talking about the Kavanaugh mansion back there. And we used to say that Mr. Kavanaugh lived back there, and we used to sneak back there. It was all dilapidated and tore up by the time I was a teenager, because I came here in 1955. And we would go back there, and they said that's when Psycho came out, and they said she was up in the window. And we used to go back there every night, sneak out to see if we could see if that lady was up in the window. Of course, she wasn't in the window. But we used to walk down the street barefooted. We didn't wear shoes when I came. People was riding horses down the street here in East Palo Alto. There wasn't no sidewalks, and not just over there beyond Bay Road. There wasn't some sidewalks in this Midtown area. There were places without sidewalks. So there was a lot that went on in East Palo Alto. When I came from San Francisco, and we had low and high, low kindergarten, high kindergarten, and I came down here in the low kindergarten. And I did all my entire schooling was here in East Palo Alto until I went to college. And we really, the biggest deal we had was when we used to get to go to the rec every summer. If you could get to go to the rec, you was balling. You was doing good. And
the Boys and Girl Club in Menlo Park.
Yeah,
I never forget that.
Well, we didn't go to Menlo Park because our thing was we didn't go to Menlo Park until my sister married Judy Brown's brother. And we didn't know nothing about Menlo Park. We didn't. Judy will tell you. We didn't go to St. John. We went to Calvary Temple, which has been there on the corner of Jervis and New Bridge forever. Slept on the floor in the church. We had a big choir too, but Holy Ghost people, they wasn't like, they had beef with the Baptist people, If you Baptist, you do this. If you Kojic, you do this. Oh boy, we used to hear that all the time in our house. And my mother was Baptist and my sister was Kojic. So, we had some good battles going on.
Well, I started out at New Sweet at Mother Branch and ended up with Pastor Macklin.
Nate, where's Nate at? Do you remember that your church wasn't called St. John? The way you identified that church was the Blue Church.
Blue Church.
It was the Blue Church. Yeah, because we used to go every Sunday with the Easley, so we had to go. And Miss Easley didn't play. Those of y'all that knew Miss Easley, she did not play.
No.
Nobody called it St. John Baptist Church. They called it the Blue Church.
They called it the Blue Church.
And then I started. They went to New Sweet
Y'all talk about going to Elm Rock Park, and he didn't discriminate. Any church could go and go. Any kids could go and go. We used to go to those picnics. We didn't go to St. John, but we could go. We used to go to Bible school there and everything else. When we was coming up, it was different. It was a different East Palo Alto.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood went to Elm Rock Park.
Yeah, everybody. And then you would
all
go.
The children.
If you couldn't make it in the bus, you would get in something. You wasn't supposed to be riding in the car with nobody, but you hop in somebody's car and ride on.
And
down.
We didn't have no seatbelts, but we made it.
No, we didn't. I had my children in 1966, and they did not have car seats or seatbelts.
That's right.
They did not. They did not. And so, and Kavanaugh did not have no fence around it. Mr. Guthrie and Miss Cramley was the meanest people.
Oh my God.
They was the most terrible.
And may she rest in peace, because she whooped my butt so many times. She said either I'm gonna do it or your mama. I want it from you.
It was terrible. It wasn't terrible, but it was like Isaac was saying about elderly abuse. We was child abuse. With the ruler and all that stuff. But yeah, when I came here, there was no village. It wasn't built yet, and neither was Flood Park Estates. They were in the making. They weren't here yet. And we lived in Menlo Park for 1 year, and we cried and hooped and hollered until my mother moved us back on Roundmore. I lived at 1124 Laurel was my address when we came here. Yeah. Now, if I remember that was I was 5 years old and I'm 70 now.
Yeah, I got a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many of you came from? We came from the Hunters Point projects.
Me too.
In 1950. How many of you came from the Hunters Point projects?
Was your dad in the military, Bill?
That's my
Yeah, he
father
was-
was in the Navy.
Raise your hand.
Raise your
He went to
hand.
Hunters Point.
Hunters Point.
Hunters Point.
Anybody remember David and Danny, the twins that lived on Laurel, and they had a sister named Beth, and she couldn't speak or talk. She couldn't talk or speak.
Yeah,
They lived on Laurel.
Yeah, they own the seafood market on El Camino.
Huh?
David and Danny Dollar.
Hi, Gordon. On Laurel.
Yeah, they own the seafood place on El Camino in Menlo Park.
Oh my goodness! Yep.
Down the street from where the Oasis hamburger joint used to be.
The Oasis?
Yeah. Down the street.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Wow.
But did you remember? Yeah, they were the family. That's the only place I could go and play. Do you remember Miss Blaine? She used to do hair right there on the corner of Newbridge and Miss Blaine. That was Tyrese Scoggins' mother.
Oh, wow.
And Levi. That was their mother. And then the Presleys was there. Anybody that was here in 1955, remember when Mr. Moore killed Miss Moore on Bay Road. That was the biggest thing that ever happened.
I was only 4 years old that year.
I don't know how old you was, but I remember it was a nightmare on Elm Street. We was terrified. It was the worst thing that we ever heard of as kids. You know, that was the biggest thing that ever happened. And San Francisco coming down here in East Palo Alto beating them up. Yeah. So what I want to say about it, because we used to whip everybody. Basketball, football, track, everything. But what I want to say is that when you grow up in East Palo Alto, this is my story. You could travel anywhere in the world, all over the United States, doing right or doing wrong, and you will survive. There is no people, the people from East Palo Alto, I don't care, they will say, where is that place? I have been to many states and a couple of countries, and they would say, where are you from? East Pali. They don't call it Palo. East Palo Alto.
Yeah.
And I say East Palo Alto, and Sandra know, her and my sister Cheryl, we all go to Oakland. We was considered tough.
Listen, you know what I find funny? The funniest thing, Miss Vicky, when I'm on Facebook and I see people my age, then they say something like, I was born in East Palo Alto. Ain't no hospital in East Palo Alto.
Ain't no hospital, I know.
Stanford. You were born in River City or at Stanford or somewhere, and you came.
Well, no, you was born at Choke. You was born in San Mateo County General.
Bam, and you came home to East Palo Alto. They said I was born in East Palo Alto. Hello, you're 75 years old. That is not true.
But you know, my experience living in this community has been beyond compare. I have to say that I've been many, many places, including prison, a whole bunch of times. And well, mostly everybody on here. Everybody that know me know that. There's no shame in my game because I'm not in prison now. So, but my bottom line is that I've been all those places, and everywhere we ever went, East Palo Alto reigned supreme. I'm telling you guys, I go to Philly right now and they know about East Palo Alto, New York, everywhere I go. They know about they know somebody because we were taught not to stay here. The whole game was to leave here and go somewhere and do better and come back and get your brothers and sisters and bring them up. Exactly. So I can tell you that East Palo Alto is not a shameful place to live. Not in this day and age. East Palo Alto is rolling like Bart. I tell you, I'm glad I stayed here.
Now they want to steal it
I'm glad I decided to come back home. You guys remember Nairobi College?
Yeah.
Who remember
Nairobi College.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Wilson.
It's going on and on.
Hi, Wilbur.
Hey, you guys.
Community house.
Oh my God, we gotta do this again.
May I pipe in?
I remember all that. I moved to East Palo Alto in 1958 from the South Palo Alto. I went to the Sweet Home Church in South Palo Alto, the Elder Ingram Church.
Yeah, Elder Macklin.
Well, that's before then, because I lived in South Palo Alto with my grandmother, sister.
You in a bad spot, Wilbur.
You're in a bad spot.
Go back.
I want to share something about the history.
Please let the Lord speak. Please, Mr.
I didn't know that was you, D.
Hi, Mr. Lord.
First of all,
I can't talk.
Okay.
I want to find out if...
Hold on. I just muted everybody. I hope you don't mind. I love what you're saying. And am I muted? I love what you're saying. We've got over 31 participants.
Can we let Miss Dolores speak, please?
Yes, so that's I just want to try to bring you back because I love what you're saying, and I know everybody. I love your stories, so I just thought we could bring it back down. I love what you're saying. Keep on, Dolores.
Okay, I wanted to share something that I heard about a couple of weeks ago. I got a phone call letting me know that there's some money that is funding a possible historical society. So I want everybody on this call to know about this. Right now, they're trying to figure out what to have, some kind of museum, some kind of artifacts to mark the history of East Palo Alto. Because
David
you guys
and I are
know,
on that, D.
There again, Vicky.
David and myself, Isaac and myself are on that committee for the archives of East Palo Alto.
Good. I got a call from Sharifa, and she was doing the interview, so I gave her my thoughts on it and what I thought was important for people to know about East Palo Alto. And the thing is that we're losing our oral history, you know? As us old folks die off, our information is leaving. And unless we write it down or have a home for artifacts and written history, another two generations will not even remember that we had a high school there and all the rest of this stuff. So
I know
you hear about
my grandson is 31. He think he was born in East Palo Alto.
Yeah, so if you hear about this project, make sure that you're touching bases and giving your input about what should be either in a museum or what are the businesses and events that need to be commemorized in this facility. You know, I think it's really great because I know I remember making up a little test when I was down there with some of my clients, Vicky. And I had a little test and I asked them, these guys were 30 and 40 years old. And I'm asking them really simple things about East Palo Alto, right? And they couldn't answer, you know, some of the common questions about, for example, the village. What's unique about those streets over there? Who were they named after? They couldn't answer. So we're gonna lose this if we don't have some kind of commemoration, a building or something. And then my other part of my comment is, am I the OG on this call? Am I the oldest person on here?
I don't know.
I'm class of 61. Anybody above me?
Oh no.
Really?
Ella Barnes was on
Ella,
here.
yeah, where is that? Oh, there you are. Yeah, all right, so it's me and Ella, huh? I see your hand, Dave.
I got a question on that. What you're talking about is kind of what I do. I'm involved in a California historical organization, and we're a statewide group. And I'm very involved in what we do is we don't have a lot of money, but we give out money in small grants to help people do things like this. We have a few people on the peninsula. I live above Auburn. I mean, I'm partway to Reno where I live now, but I obviously grew up there. But I do have a few people down in the area that can represent our foundation. I mean, we don't have a ton of money at all, and obviously the COVID has sapped every one of our donations completely. So we're kind of hurting right now, but I've often wondered about things in the area, like how many people know where Whiskey Gulch is. We do. I used to deliver papers to Sid and Johnny's. And you know, I was 12 years old walking in with a news call bulletin, and God, that alcohol smelled terrible. Of course, I learned later on it was okay. But
it's cocaine.
Do you know why it was called Whiskey Gulch?
Oh yeah, my grandparents who lived in Palo Alto, that's where they would get all their alcohol.
You couldn't get it because of Stanford. You couldn't. And I was showing the book South of San Francisco. It was written by Frank Stanger, who was the authority on Bay Area history. He was actually in charge of San Mateo County Historical Society for a while. He's gone. But a lot of great information. And if you
Isaac, can you post some of those books on our page so we can buy them on Amazon?
I'll see. I'll see if I can find them. But again, and again, the reason I'm happy that you're here is because you all have history in your families. And
oh my God!
I want you to think about capturing it and not letting.
That's my brother LT. That's my brother Smitty. They in heaven, and I ain't planning to see them 10 times soon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Could I ask a question to David?
Yes.
David Allen?
Yeah.
Were you given that information because you needed information? Or are you telling us that because I can put Omawali's information in the chat box so that you could contact him if you like?
Please.
They have them get a hold of me. I mean, it's a statewide group.
Can you put your email and your number in the chat box for me?
Sure. To who?
Thank
Dolores?
Yes.
Okay, will do.
No, that's to Vicky. To Vicky, she'll see it. I can see it in the chat also.
I haven't
heard. So the
from...
other thing, one other comment that I wanted to make about that is what I told Sharifa was that I remember when we got our hands on some items out of that high school, okay, after it was blocked up. Because as everybody knows, basically what they did was, all they did was lock the door and left, right? And many things were left inside. Okay, so a group of people managed to retrieve a lot of items from inside Ravenswood High School, including the trophies and the banners and some other things.
Was that like breaking and entering? You crazy, Bessie.
So we approached the city of East Palo Alto, and we asked if we could place these items at City Hall. And at first they said, well, they need to be inside a trophy case. We said, no problem. We will purchase a very nice $5,000 trophy case to put these Ravenswood artifacts in. And they never allowed us to do that, right? So my concern would be that there's a permanent home for our stuff. I mean, I still got stuff in my storage, right? And other people I know have things that they would like to find a permanent home for. And so that would be my concern is, number one, that we have a home for this stuff. We have a way to sustain us, to maintain it so that it always looks good. You know, I would like to see historians with the real truth about who was here. And that takes money. And from my understanding, there is money available. And I just want to make sure that it happens this time, Vicky and Isaac.
Are you going to join the committee? Because that's the concern of everybody that's originally from East Palo Alto is what's going to happen with it. But this is probably not the time to talk about it. But
no, it's not. But
I'm my phone number to you in the email. I mean, in the chat box, and you can call me if you want to know some stuff.
And the reason I'm bringing it up here is because I want everybody to know about it. And if you hear about supporting the efforts or responding to something, you know, related to that, please do that, because the more people we have involved, the more it's really going to happen. Because like I said, 1 or 2 more generations, our information will be gone. It'll be gone.
The people, let me just say this, Dee, as we all know, traditionally, the people with the money are going to control the effort. So when someone from that forum calls you, tells and asks you questions, they want to interview you, because I gave them tons of names of people I know that was here. Then that person, it's your responsibility to say, I want to be a part of it and let me move on with it. So many people on here, I've given them their information because they was here when I got here. So I know they know something. So that's what we need to do. It's just to keep it going. But again, I'll put my number in the chat box. Call me.
Can I say something? can I let you guys know something? The newcomers or the people who think they know, they're trying to smother us out. And I see it on Facebook all the time. They said they tired of people saying they were born here in East Palo Alto. They say we here now, and they trying to kick us out and pick us off at one at a time, and that bothers me. And I have been working on this for about maybe the last 8 months. And they even going to put out a magazine, how to get rid of certain people. They put them on blast. Sharifa, R.B. Jones, a lot of us. They want us gone. So we got to hurry up and do this fast because I want us to be preserved.
I respect that.
Well, we're gonna work on that, but I really want to hear more not East Palo Alto, Ravenswood, because I've got you here and I've got a bunch of other people, and I'm wondering how the different families actually got here in the first place. How many people from the military, and this was.
My father was in the Navy, and we were in Hunters Point. We was on Navy Road, and just like I think it was a real estate agent who was just steering people to East Palo Alto because we could live on the other side, but they wanted us over here, and they made something like $600 a house, and my father bought a house on Henderson Avenue, 1351 Henderson Avenue. And the agent came to him and offered him the 4 houses around up in Henderson Place. He didn't take it for some reason. If I could kick him. But he's dead now. But I was here when Menlo Park and East Palo Alto was one. We had relatives on both sides. Yes. This was before they were incorporated. And I remember Menlo Park coming in, that flood that you were talking about, Bessie, already came up to our doorstep and we had flat land. I remember all that because we are the water table.
I'm gonna take you back, Gigi. Ravenswood.
Okay, let me tell you about Ravenswood. Yeah, they kept moving the boundaries on me. And Ravenswood, remember me and Pat Gerard. Well, we used to go. They would 1 year I go to Ravenswood. The next year they throw me back to Menlo Atherton, and then the next year they threw me back to Ravenswood. And I got tired. I got a head spin on it.
I can give you a Ravenswood story, and I'm looking for Ella. I don't see her anymore. She must be on page 2. But for my experience was that. Yeah, they had the boundary lines when I got ready to go to high school, and for some reason, I was living in Menlo Park. However, I went to MA for 1 year while they were building Ravenswood. So when we got to Ravenswood,
that's way back.
Actually, Ella's class was the first one, and mine was the second one. So we got our start over at MA. And then we made that transfer over to Ravenswood. And the line was, you were talking about that line. I don't know where that line was. But I was living on Madeira.
I was on Henderson Avenue. I was on
Henderson Avenue. They only had the apartments on Willow Road. So Carlton, you're right.
But I lived on Madeira. That's what I'm getting ready to tell you.
Okay.
So I was living on Madeira.
Ella Barnes is trying to talk.
Oh, good.
Ella, you have to unmute.
What?
Ella, unmute yourself.
Okay, I did. Carlton was the first line. Then Windermere was the second line.
Windermere. It's Windermere. Windermere was the street. You didn't pass 20 years to go to MA.
Yeah, but first time it was Carlton. Carlton was the first line. Then later on they changed it to Windermere.
Right.
Because when I was going to Green Oaks 55, I went to Green Oaks. I moved down here in 55 from Geneva Mission to here. So from Green Oaks we went to Menlo Atherton. And then after that, the boundary lines was Carlton. So people from Carlton went to MA, and the one went to Ravenswood.
Right. And I think like when we were there, Ella, it was a very special time, and I think it was probably a little bit different than what some of you experienced when we were there.
Right.
Because it was so fresh and so new.
Right.
Would you agree?
What I liked about Ravenswood, we didn't have racial problems. We didn't have racial problems. Everybody got along with each other, Chinese, white, black, whatever. We didn't have racial problems there. We had racial problems in St. Carlos and Belmont, those places.
Menlo Atherton.
Yes, Menlo Atherton too.
Terrible.
When we were going to, I went 2 years at Menlo Atherton. They had problems. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yes.
Isaac.
Yes.
Anyway, we're going to have some kind of sense of this. Why don't we start with the people in the earliest classes, like in 1960?
Okay.
That's Ella.
Most people talk, and then 61 and so on.
Okay, that's me.
Okay, then it sounds wonderful. So.
Okay, in the class, I started from.
Okay, so hold on. We're going to start from the oldest, work up. So as I'm looking at the board here.
I'm the youngest person. Oh, Brad, me and you are the youngest people on the thing.
Yep. So how about I'm looking at Ella is 60, 1960.
Yeah.
So at this point, as I'm looking.
We're in the 1970s.
We're 60. I'm 60.
I'm
the oldest.
Yes.
I moved down here.
I'm the class of 66. Wilbur Jackson, class of 66.
Well, you're a young fella compared to Miss Barnes.
I'm 61. I'm after Ella.
But they just been talking. They ain't let nobody else get in. Can't nobody say shit.
Well, that's why we're gonna. Hey, Wilbur, are you in a hurry? Hang with us. I want to hear from each one of you. So let's go.
I'm gonna let you go.
Rita, I don't know what class you're in. What class were you in?
Bye, Wilbur.
I ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
Oh, you say you.
No, he's not going.
I'm driving.
You're after me. Okay.
Matter of fact,
I'm bye.
I'm down here in 1955 on 1007 Laurel, where I'm at now. And the time I moved down, the freeway was 2 lanes, 4 lanes, 2 lanes going up, 2 lanes going down.
Can you give each person 2 minutes or less?
Okay. Yes.
2 minutes or less. Wrap
okay.
Story.
Cool. Let me start.
Gumbo, I gotta start.
And
well, you got slow cook that gumbo now.
Okay.
I gotta get started.
That you mute everybody except the person who's talking, who's the oldest.
Okay, I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute me.
Okay.
Mute everyone except Ella.
Go ahead, Ella.
Everybody mute.
Okay, when I moved down here in 1955 from Geneva Mission, we moved on 1007 Laurel, which we at now, and it had 2 lanes going down Bayshore, 4 lanes, 2 lanes up, 2 lanes down, and there was a light was across the street where you go across to Little Man's Market. I mean, not Little Man, the All American Market, and the Veteran Hospital.
Baby.
Then we used to go, then we had a tunnel that we used to go on into Whiskey Slough because they didn't have any way to get over. You used to go in that tunnel to get over to Whiskey Slough. And so we used to walk across the street to go to the store that way at the light. The light was at our house right here on Laurel. Then from there, I went to Green Oaks. Then from Green Oaks, Menlo Atherton. From Menlo Atherton, Ravenswood. And Ravenswood, to me, was a really good high school. We had good teachers, too. But everybody there was, like I said, no racial problem. We all worked together. We all mingled together and everything. And we still do that now with Bill and the picnics and the reunions we have. And also with the breakfast we have. also too, they started an art thing on Pogus that maybe too Ravenswood can put a museum in that art foundation over there on Pogus in Bay Road.
You got about 30 seconds.
That's about it. I'm still here. And
Okay.
I'm glad to be here. It's at St. John. Started at St. John, 1955 too.
Thank you for sharing, Ella. Merry Christmas.
Well, don't go away.
Anyone else from the class of 60? 61. Go ahead, Dolores.
Well, we moved down from San Francisco, but we weren't in Hunters Point. We were in the Fillmore, and so my parents we moved down here. I think I was in the 3rd grade at Belhaven, and then I went to Green Oaks. My brother went to Kavanaugh, and then to MA, and then to Ravenswood, and you know, I'm looking at you guys. I remember a lot of you when you were little bitty kids, Vicky. and I feel so good seeing you guys still, you know, because I have a lot of really good memories of being at Ravenswood. And one of my favorite memories is going to school and having friends who didn't go to school there, but they were across the street at the Dairy Bell, which was the hamburger place. And that's what we used to always laugh and say, oh yeah, they graduated from the Dairy Bell. And those guys were mostly guys, and they were older. And, you know, I still talk with Don Presley, for those of you who know him occasionally. But it was guys like him who were a little bit older, and yes, they had cars that we couldn't get into. But they were certainly a part of the Ravenswood experience. We had a lot of friends who taught me a lot of things personally. I had a friend that I ended up working at Hewlett Packard with, who went to Ravenswood, and he happened to be Japanese. And he taught me about Japanese internment. I did not know anything about Japanese internment until I was sitting next to him one day, and he said something about the camp. I thought he was talking about YMCA camp, you know, or something like that. And he told me to look around at all. Remember all those nurseries we used to have in East Palo Alto? Well, those nurseries all belong mostly to Japanese people, a lot of which who lost that during internment. And he taught me about that. I didn't know anything about that.
Okay, I got you on mute. That was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Shirley, we're gonna come back to you though. Shirley, what class were you in? And give us your story. Go ahead.
1968. My parents moved here from the South. My dad was in the service. We lived on El Camino Real, and they got this great opportunity to buy a house, which they never thought they could. And we moved to East Palo Alto in 1955. I went to Kavanaugh, Green Oaks, Ravenswood. My parents lived there, and my mom lived there till the day my dad died. And then she couldn't be by herself. She didn't drive. So we had to sell her home. And she moved over to be near my sister outside of Modesto. Mm-hmm. I married my classmate. My maiden name's Ashworth, Shirley Ashworth. I got you. And then I married David. Our lockers were next to each other, but he avoided me for the first 3 years. But I finally caught him as a senior. And we got married, and we've been together ever since. So we'll be celebrating 50 years next year.
Wow. Wonderful.
Was that to the point?
Very much so. You still had 30 seconds.
30 seconds? We have one daughter and
Ravenswood. Ravenswood, too. What was the special experience for you at Ravenswood?
Ravenswood. It was an experience that probably taught me a lot of good values. I can pretty much pick out people that are a bunch of shysters, jerks. The people I knew from Ravenswood were very real. And if they told you something, you pretty much knew it was a fact. And most everybody had my back.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm going back. I went from Dolores to Shirley, but I need to go back to the oldest, to the class,
62.
because we take our hats off to you all that came before us. So
okay.
who was
62?
62. Okay, Miss Webster, and I'm going to change. You go ahead and do your thing, as I put 62 here down so everyone will know. Cool. I'm learning as I go, y'all. This is new to me too. So, anyone before? I'm still going back. Anyone before 62? We had Ella, and we got. Okay, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I moved from Oakland to in '59, and I was a junior at Ravenswood. And the first person I met was Sandra Patterson. She was my big sister, and she introduced me to everyone. What I remember most about Ravenswood is that years later, if you mention Ravenswood, there was an automatic welcome. Even if you were in a different class, you were like almost family. And that's going on today with the breakfast, when we have the breakfast. And the other thing of what I remember about Ravenswood is going to the bathroom, and we had the waterfall to wash our hands. Yeah. And I thought, ooh, this is amazing. And there's a library. I mean, Ravenswood was a brand new school. It was like a diamond in the rough. It was the best looking high school on the peninsula. We were the only high school with a pool. We had the best, the track. That track was the best. We had the best teachers. My French teacher, I can't pronounce her name, but it starts with a W, but you pronounce it like a V. She lived on University, and she invited the class to her house. And I agree with Ella. There was just a camaraderie. There was just a connectedness that the word multicultural hadn't even been invented, but we had the experience. The teachers, they expected everybody to graduate from high school. And there was no such a thing as a dropout. Everybody graduated, even if you had to come back a year to graduate. That was expectation. What else? Mr. Ireland. Oh, Lord. Mr. Cheney. Oh, he was the best. Oh, the memories I have about Ravenswood, it fills my heart, not just with gratitude, but with pride and sweet memories. Sweet.
Bing bong, rigor mortis.
Goose egg.
And wait a minute. And the thing about it, Mr. Cheney, he met my parents. You know, the teachers, as I said, the French teacher, and we had so many, and my brother, Willie and Wilbert, they got a good education. You know, folks can say what they want about other high schools, but the quality of education at Ravenswood was superb. And I want to acknowledge Bill Perkins for all the effort he's put in to keep us together. And Nate Branch, the reason I want to mention Nate is that once he got famous, because to us he was famous, he never changed his personality. And it's part of Ravenswood. He opened a club called the Trotters, and he still would if you went to Ravenswood, you could get in free. Okay? That's Nate Branch, okay? And the other thing I'd like to mention before I use up all my 2 minutes that I'd like for all of us to support the Ravenswood Scholarship Fund. because that's another way of us, our legacy to live on. Because, and Martha Hanks, I got to give it to her, you know, for keeping it going. And the other thing I'd like to mention is, this is personal, Vicki. You know what I want to say, so I'm not going to say it. We had our
oh my God.
Do you remember that?
Please.
So anyway, that's personal, but I just want to let all of you know I am just so grateful to do this Zoom, and words can't really express how I feel about all of you. And Brad, you know I love you. We worked at the police department together with Lily.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm telling you, you talk about Ravenswood, I have to talk about East Palo Alto. They helped me raise my kids. And then my friend back here, Ella, she goes.
Okay.
I'm almost finished. She goes to the breakfast with us. She's not even a Ravenswood person, but she's part of the family. Love you guys. That's it.
Okay. Next, I'm looking along the, let's see, that was 62. We have any more 62ers in here? 63? 64. Who, Kathy?
I'm going to take my 30 seconds. Okay.
Okay. Nate, okay, good.
Mr. Cheney and all the teachers at Ravenswood, they're more like friends than they were teachers. But I remember Mr. Cheney used to go home with me at lunchtime, and I'd fix him a scrambled egg sandwich because he lived in San Francisco. So that was quite a deal for him to come down and commute. But there's so many teachers, and I like to give
but he hung out at Dairyville.
That's right. Yeah, but you know, there's so many unsung heroes that went to Ravenswood. Tom Crane especially. He kind of shaped my life, but and without you, classmates and stuff like that, to make me the person I am today, without our interactions with each other, I think we help mold each other to be like we are today, and I'm thankful for that. And I love you, every one of you. Okay, I'm through, Isaac.
Okay.
Hey, Isaac.
Yes.
See if Julie's still here. Julie DeLampa?
Sure.
Yes. Well, you got Julie and Kathy.
Yeah, we have
Julie. What? And I want to ask you, how did you get to not just Raven? How did you get to East Palo Alto? Were your parents in the military?
Yeah, our father retired from the military. We were in Fort Benning, Georgia, and we both attended what were all white schools, being the only non-whites in the school. Very interesting that people forget what schools were like in the 1950s. So then we went to Castano, Green Oaks, and then Ravenswood. It's almost 6 o'clock here in Philadelphia. I'm from Philadelphia. I've lived here for 50 years. Yay, Philadelphia.
Love Philly. Love Philly.
Yeah, we did a lot of good things in the last election. And I just wanted to make a quick observation.
Thank you, Philly.
First of all, our class, 64, we're 1946. Most of us born in 1946. So we're the leading edge of the baby boomers. We did a lot. So we led the way in many respects. But when I left, the best thing that happened, basically, not just from Ravenswood, but in my life, was that in 1963, I was chosen to represent Ravenswood and Sequoia Union High School District for this trip to Africa. And they chose 10 American students to go there, and I was one of the 10. And it was in Africa where I learned of my other identity as a Filipino American, because there's a student in Nigeria who said to me, "Where are you from?" I said, "Well, I'm an American." She said, "No, where are you really from?" So that started my life story of understanding both identities. But the observation I wanted to make quickly, and I want to thank Bill. Where are you, Bill? For getting me on Facebook and back to my class 64. Because when I left in 64, I didn't think of East Palo Alto until now in my 70s. I realized that on our screenshot, if you look at our screenshot, what high schools in the United States could actually have this? Mm-hmm. See, this is the thing that's so special about Ravenswood, that we could just delve right into the current events and talk about it honestly. because that's how we grew up in Ravenswood. So I just wanted to give that perspective, having been away for so long and just decided to be back. So first of all, Bill, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
He does so much, and he's very encouraging. And so along with my sister, Kathy, who also is very active in Facebook, and I'm just, a newbie with that. But I'm so happy to be back. I see a lot of San Francisco 49ers fans. And so I can't agree with you there, but I'll stick with you. And I'm definitely 76ers fan. So, but I will agree with you about Ravenswood, and I'd be very happy to. I'm writing now that perspective because I lived in Singapore for 8 years, and that was a wonderful experience. And I just am happy that now I can look at East Palo Alto at Ravenswood High School specifically and point to the way that it's helped my world perspective. Someone here, I don't know if it's Vicki, who's mentioning you go any place and you can adjust. And basically that's why, because as high school students, which are very impressionable ages, we learn to like each other and to respect each other. I didn't even know that was going to be an issue. So I think you tell your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, that this is what we had. You take a picture of us right now, and I don't have very many friends who can do this.
Yeah.
And say, did you talk about what happened this summer in the United States? Do you know? Can you ask people honestly? And I think in our class Zooms, we do that. So I just want to give that perspective. Shout out to Bill, to class 64. I saw Homa here and Liddy and a few others. So we'll stick to that. And thank you very much. So I'm going to sign off in a few minutes, Isaac, because it's 6 p.m. in Philadelphia. We're expecting a big storm.
You weren't there. I used to dance on the Highlit show and was one of the Highlit dancers when I got out of boot camp. And used to travel to the different high schools around Philadelphia. I love Philadelphia. Yes. I learned to love Philadelphia. And if nothing was going on in Philadelphia, New York was close by and DC was the other way, and I used to hang out in both places. So
we'll have to talk about that.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be part of your group. It's really our group.
We're blessed to have you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Next.
Is Liddy still here?
I'm here. This is Liddy.
Okay. Sock it to us, Liddy.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
I am Liddy Britton. I was Britton in school, Liddy Nash now, class of 64. And I actually came to California in 1960. Moved here when my mom passed away from Houston. So I was a bit quiet. I was born in 45, so I was a little bit older than the classmates. And during that time, I was the oldest of 6 children. So, 5 other siblings. And having lost my mom, I spent my high school years helping to rear them. And you guys probably knew him, Tex Henry. Tenor. Tex was my younger brother. And so, I spent my time helping them, but I have to say that I have learned so much from the school. I'm here in Novato now, and I love my experience. I love meeting people, and I love being able to tell that I'm from East Palo Alto. And they go, well, where in the world is that? And then I have to go into the history. It's been a fabulous life. I'm glad to be a part of this group. I'm so grateful for Garland Davis and Bill, who invited me back to, I think it was the 50 reunion. I don't know, I think it was 2014 when I went back to got active with the group again. So, and I do the Zooms with the guys. I look forward to this once a month. And so I'm going to be around here, and I hope I'm able to connect with more of you, after we're out of this COVID thing. But in the meantime, I'm here, I'm doing well, and I'm just so very grateful that God has given me and spared me the opportunity to still be here, still be working, and communicating with you guys. So Merry Christmas to all, and I look forward to seeing you sometime in the future.
Merry Christmas, Liddy. I'm looking at Eleanor up next.
Well, did we?
Go ahead.
Miss Bill?
Say again?
Didn't we miss Bill? Give him his thing.
You don't need Bill. Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, he comes back.
Like Julie DeLumpa, I have a younger sister also named Kathy who went to Ravenswood. And she is here on Zoom. And we lived in the Willows area. So I went freshman, sophomore year to Menlo Atherton. That was just what was expected. But then what changed my life was going to Ravenswood. It was the best experience I ever had. And yes, what everyone has said, these wonderful things about Ravenswood, they aren't just hyperbole, they're real. They were really real. There were so many cliques at Menlo Atherton, and Kathy and I were in the band, and she'll probably add a lot more, but that was our sort of social structure. At Ravenswood, gosh, it seemed like you could be friends with everybody. And one of the things that struck me, well then, actually later I spent several years in Saudi Arabia, working where we had 41 nationalities, a wonderful thing. Ravenswood taught me a lot about how wonderful it is to find out about everybody and their background and what they like and where they're from, what food they eat. I always get back to food. But Ravenswood was the one that prepared me for, I guess, for life and thinking about bigger pictures and the wonderful parts of the world. And it taught me about, I don't know, so many issues about compassion and treating people well and being treated well. I can't say anything more than that it was pivotal in my life and probably the best thing that ever happened to me. And that's it.
Thank you.
Hey, Isaac.
Yes.
We ought to get my brother's brother from another mother on here before he leaves us.
Okay,
Wilbur Jackson.
Okay.
Wilbur, you still there?
Wilbur? Is he still there? Then I don't see him on. I don't see him on. Oh, there he is, huh?
Did he come back?
It looks like he's there, but let's grab somebody else until he comes back. Oh, there he is. Okay, hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm driving. I've been driving on the highway. My name is Wilbur. I'm the class of 66. I'm gonna check in. Hey, Robert, listen. My sister was born at Palo Alto at Hoover Hospital in Palo Alto in 1946. I was born in Oakland in 1948. We moved to Mountain View, and I went to kindergarten, first, second grade, and I had to repeat the second grade at Mayfield Elementary in South Palo Alto, where I went to Sweet Home Church on Page Mill Road. We moved to East Palo Alto in 1958, next to Gary Hamilton and down the street from Bill and Robert Perkins. I was a Cub Scout. He knows that I was in 4th, 5th, 6th grade with Robert Perkins. I went to school 11, and that was a part of Green Oaks. And then they made Garden Oaks at that time. But before they made Garden Oaks, there was school 11 a part of Green Oaks. And then there was a Garden Oaks, and then Robert went to Green Oaks in 8th grade. Garden Oaks in 8th grade, and I went to Green Oaks in my 8th grade, and then and I'm a class of 66, so 62, 63, 64, all the way to 66. Milky Johnson was fantastic.
Trying to take notes, and that's too much to keep away.
It's being recorded.
Bobby Washington, all them cats were some great guys, but there was a black people wasn't born in Stanford. They were born in Hoover Hospital, right in front of Stanford.
That was always funny when somebody said I was born in East.
Nobody was born in East Palo Alto.
East Palo Alto even today.
No, some were. There were some home births.
There was Hoover Hospital. That's where my sister was born in 48. And I was 46, and I was born in Oakland in 48. We moved to East Palo Alto in 1958.
Okay.
Well, Wilbur, I'm sort of thinking his designation of the class of 1985 may not be right. That would make him 35 years old.
Say that again?
it says Wilbur, NorCal, 1985.
That's a whole nother arena. That's another arena.
That's a whole nother. That's a claim date that I have in the whole fellowship of something else.
Okay.
So I'm a class of 66, 85. That's another class.
Yes.
I just thought that you were pretty mature looking for 35 years old.
I know I look good, don't I? Yeah. me and Robert, we look good. You know, class of 66 is the best. But thanks for the check-in. I've been on the highway. I was running out of gas, and my battery was running low on my phone. So, you know.
Be safe.
You guys are talking, but I'm stopped now. I'm at the gas station. Appreciate you calling on me and having me check in.
Hey, I just want to know, did you write all that information down there?
No, I hope you did, because I can't remember it after this.
Oh, you really?
Merry Christmas. Pull over, buy some gas.
God bless Gary Hamilton, Chris Kendall, and all those guys that have passed away, and a lot more people. They were some great guys and great people in East Palo Alto, and Ravenswood was the best high school on the planet. And
shout out to Henry Price.
Henry Price. And the sign that was at Ravenswood, they were supposed to put that sign that says Ravenswood right in the front. They were supposed to put that up somewhere. That sign, Steve, remember that's the sign Okay, they supposed to place that somewhere, and I was there when they dug the ground.
Little bitty
inside IKEA.
Like the shopping center.
Okay, well, all right, that's all I got. Bye. Thanks, Steve. And I used to strike Steve and Isaac Smith out in Little League. Bye.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, Wilbur.
Merry Christmas.
I figured you was gonna highlight them baseball games.
Yeah. Hey,
I had to throw some baseball in there. All right.
Okay, so
Love
who's
guys.
next?
Bye.
Who's up?
Can I go?
Yes. Go ahead, Kathy.
I have to leave.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Everything that my sister said, you can imagine how we talked till the wee hours of the morning. She has so much energy. And but anyway, everything that my sister Julie said, I'm class of 66. I thought we were the best. Right, Wilbur? Right?
He's gone.
He's gone.
No. Anyway,
He agrees.
Ellie, and I see Kathy White. Kathy, I'm Mr. Ellie, where's your sister? I see Kathy. Oh, Kathy!
Oh, there she is.
Hi. Anyway, everything that my sister Julie. I thought you were gone, Julie. I can't talk about her now.
You're right, Kathy. I'm gone now. Bye. You're right. Kathy 66. Bye.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm just almost speechless, and that's so weird for me. I'm in the process of writing a book. And I was telling the group before, it's called Memory Meals. It's based on food, but there's so much else. Memory Meals because a big family and, a family that had gone through war, we learned we didn't complain about anything. You didn't say sacrifice, you just did it. There was no whining. So we never wasted food either. So a long time ago, I met a spiritual guru who said the word memory meal or use that expression. I said, "What do you mean?" And he says, "Well, that means we remember the foods we've had before." So that's the working title of my book, and I'm incorporating my experiences at Ravenswood. A lot of it had to do with food too. Williams, Rona are not here, but they make the best gumbo. Their family made the best gumbo. And I learned how to cook so many things for my friends. So that's going to be part of this whole Ravenswood experience. I don't have anything to add to what Julie said, but everything. I mean, I'm just thankful that we've been able to reconnect. And I miss our reunion, and it makes me even more adamant about staying healthy and well, so that we can all see each other again next summer, right?
Hopefully.
Yes.
I'll find out in February.
That's about it. And I'll have to leave pretty soon.
Okay. Kathy, thank you for joining us.
Love you all. Merry Christmas. Stay
Merry
safe.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Do this again.
Okay, Bill,
I'll talk-
Rob Perkins, can you let me in the meeting? This is Vicky. I have to sign off on this computer and get on my phone.
Yes, I can. I guess let's see, I'm not sure if I can.
Yeah, you can. You, Bill, and myself. I'm the host. You guys are the
Okay. Okay, let's see. Admit. Got it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm in. Thank you.
You're right on. Welcome. That's the one. I mean, and again, when I thought of this, and I don't know if you all have been doing it, I thought it would be nice. There was no time frame. People could check in as they'd like, and stay as long as they'd like. And I'm really happy just to see all of your faces and hear your stories. So who's up next?
Marceline and Bobby Combs.
Okay. So did Miss Nash, did we get you?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to check in William, and well, then let's go. Ladies first, Marceline, and William next. Okay.
Hi, I'm Marceline Combs, class of 1965. I'm here with my husband of 50 plus years, Bobby Combs.
Yeah, Robert. Come on.
So we just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone, and hope everyone has a safe holiday. We loved Ravenswood. We love East Palo Alto. We've never moved to any other place but here. This is home for us.
Are we still on the class of 66?
I didn't hear. Wasn't clear.
I thought it sounded like, are we still in the class of 66?
We're on the class of 65 now.
Okay. Okay.
But nevertheless, we had a great experience from Kavanaugh, Green Oaks, on to Ravenswood.
Are we still on the class of 66?
So we just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Be safe, and we'll see you next year.
Okay. Thank you. You all be safe.
You too.
Bobby, be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I got you.
You still over?
Hey, I remember before you had hair, gray hair, and a beard. Be safe.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yes, sir. We got 6. Hold on, we're doing 66. Anybody? Catherine, did we get you? No.
No. You got
Please.
Sister Ellie.
Ellen, please.
I was 1 year behind. Pardon?
So you're 67?
I was 1 year behind Ellie. I was 66. She was 65.
Okay, 60. Okay.
I was in Kathy DeLumpa's class. She was in Julie.
Give us your story right quick.
And I felt the same way. Yeah, I've been at Menlo Atherton and a bunch of snobby people there, quite frankly. And when we were bussed over to Ravenswood and people, about half the people from the Willows area moved out. And I felt it was the best thing that ever happened to me. There were so many friendly people, except the one girl, I don't remember her name, who wanted to fight me. And I was rather shocked. I thought, what do? I don't know how to fight. But I learned pretty quickly how things worked out there. And I just really enjoyed myself there. And I remember going into a class and somebody would say, come over and sit by me. And I just was not at all used to that from where I'd come from at Menlo Atherton. And it was a very formative experience. And I remember even like the debates for this last election, when Kamala Harris was talking to Joe Biden and she was talking about how she'd been bussed. And I was thinking how much I had in common with her, except she was black and I was white. And I felt too that the busing was really a very formative thing. I didn't like hearing all the bad things that came to be associated with busing. I just thought it opens people's minds and expands your vision and you get to know other people. And I loved it. That's about all.
Okay, thank you.
We're both, I was just going to say, we're both living in Arizona. I don't know how we ended up here in Tucson. Tucson's not as bad as the rest of Arizona. It's mostly what helped Arizona go barely blue, but we're working on it.
Kathy, where did you live? You said you were in the Willows area?
Yeah, we were in the Willows area in Menlo Park.
What street?
Right, near Willow Avenue, Middlefield. Wait, we were on by Middlefield and Willow Avenue. We were actually right on Blackburn Avenue. I had to think for a while.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, we got 60, any more 66ers?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I just want to let everyone know I am the host, and if I leave, it'll cut everybody off. So I'm going to stay till everybody's done after, if you still want to stick around and talk.
Thank you.
I like Bill, came from Hunters Point to East Palo Alto and in the early 50s. And I went to Brentwood, Green Oaks, then Garden Oaks and stuff like that. Lived in the gardens. And I really loved East Palo Alto, where I grew up, and the people I met, people like Wilbur and Henry Price, and just really good friendships, and I joined the Army in '66 after I left school. I went into the service and I ended up in Fort Polk, Louisiana. Shreevesville, we called it Fort Puke, Shreevesville, Louisiana, because the racial thing that was going on there, and I wasn't brought up that way. And I met a fellow Ravenswood guy, Chris Kendall, at Fort Polk. And Chris and I decided to go down. We had the same pass, weekend pass, and we went to town to Shreveport to get some lunch together. We walked in there, and all of a sudden a lady come running up to us, the waitress, and says, I'm sorry, we don't serve colored people here. And Chris took a line from Malcolm X that says,
I don't need them.
That's okay, we don't eat colored people. We want chicken.
Oh, you want me to talk back in?
And then all of a sudden we were
okay, I'm gonna tell them
escorted out of the restaurant. We went to another part of town, and that was some good chillins, I'll tell you what. I'm glad we did get kicked out of the one restaurant. But you guys, I just love all of you, and there's people in here that really helped me. I'm in the same organization with Wilbur, and my sobriety date is the same day as his, April 10th. A couple of years behind him, but I'm just happy to be here today, guys. That means my time is up.
Yeah, I was finally able to get my own watch with the with the clock and started. So dismissed.
There was another 66 on here. I don't know where it's at.
There, well.
Isaac, could you let my sister Sandra back in?
Yes, sure will. Admit. And please forgive me, but thank you. I'm learning. This is the first time I've ever done this.
Oh.
And I'm learning. I'm learning. And thank you, Vicky, for your suggestions. They worked out very well. Okay, so that was 66. Rita, did we get you? You gotta unmute. Let's see, I can unmute you.
Okay.
Oops. Hold on, wait a second. Go unmute yourself. Good.
Did we get you all, Houston?
I'm there. Can you hear me, Houston?
Hey.
Hi. Happy holidays to everyone. It's so good to see all your faces. It's been so long. I really missed not having the picnic this year. So, hi. I came to East Palo Alto in 1956. My older brothers and sisters went to Sequoia. My oldest sister was a senior at Sequoia when we moved there, and my other sister was a junior. So they continued at Sequoia and graduated from there. And I went to Brentwood, second grade, and from Brentwood to Garden Oaks, where I met Bucky Sherrill. And some other wonderful people, and then of course just went on to Ravenswood and graduated from there. And like everyone else is saying, Ravenswood really prepared you for outside because it was so diverse, and you just were able to get along with everybody. I know that when I went to work later at the U.S. Postal Service in Oakland, a lot of my coworkers were Black, and they didn't mess with me because I told them I was from East Palo Alto. So they knew better than to mess with me. So, and it was funny. And I think I had one challenge, and that was from another Hispanic at Ravenswood, but never had any trouble with anybody else. But I love that school. I love the teachers. I used to babysit for Mrs. Wheeler and have dinner at Mrs. Bingo's, and Miss Wong would come to our house. I mean, we, oh, sorry. Anyway.
No.
Love you all. And I would be glad to donate some money to the restoration of the Ravenswood thing. So let me know if I can help. Okay?
Thank you, Rita.
Yeah, God bless you all.
God bless you.
Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Yes.
Próspero Año Nuevo.
Yes.
Sing.
Sing. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero
años y felicidad.
You have to unmute.
Okay, hold on. Who am I unmuting? Ask to unmute.
I'm. Can you not hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. And I'm going to mute. And now who's speaking now?
I wanted everyone to unmute and sing her song.
Oh, you want to? Okay, let's see. Hold on. I might be able to do that. Participants. I
want Rita to sing her song.
Okay. Can you? Well, let's see here. I can unmute. I'll just ask you all to unmute, so I don't have to do it.
Yes.
Unmute.
You already did. Oh.
Okay.
No, like
Cheryl,
I said.
Rita, sing your song. Feliz Navidad. That's my favorite song.
Okay, you ready?
Okay. You want me to get it on YouTube?
No.
Cheryl, unmute.
1, 2, 3, 4, down. Feliz Navidad. Come on now.
Feliz Navidad.
Navidad.
Wow.
Prospero años y felicidad.
Let me back in again. This is
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Prosperos años y
Patsy, this is funny as heck.
We want to wish you a Merry Christmas. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a heart.
Very good. Very good.
No, we're not crazy yet.
Thank
you.
Oh, you're
Thank
welcome.
you, Rita.
I love to sing. Love to sing.
Then I'm sorry. Next time we'll sing.
Okay.
I had hoped to, let's put it like this again. I have so much Christmas music. I have so many things I wanted to present to you all, but we can't. I realized when Bill and I were originally talking about this, we were wondering how many people would come and how long would they stay. And I have a big smile on my face to see all of your faces.
Can you let me in, Isaac?
Who's that?
Vicky.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Let
Let me in again.
Remember, I'm new to this, so here you got going.
It's okay.
Okay, here we go. You're in.
Thank you.
Okay, next we did Rita, and we have any 66ers that have not had the opportunity to speak yet?
I was 67.
Okay, then let's do the class.
Houston.
Okay. Cheryl. Well, Cheryl, you hadn't spoken. Cheryl's up first.
Okay. And then it's going to be me. I'm going to speak for my brother.
Okay.
1966. L.T. Smith.
What about 1965?
Well, I don't know about that.
Okay, so hold on. Who's saying I can't keep up with everybody, so give me a break now.
There are several 1965 people.
I think they've all gone through. Has anyone below 66 not had the opportunity to speak?
Speak.
You.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't have. Okay, then Miss
Cheryl, 60.
No, I'm looking at Linda Mustafa.
Well, you should be looking at my sister
Houston.
Sandra.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait, well, I don't need it.
Oh, 65. You mean Sandra?
Yeah, 65, Sandra.
Okay, Sandra, hit us.
Hi, son.
No,
It's Bessie. Are you Robert Deloach's sister?
No.
Sister.
It was more than one Deloach family in East Carolina?
No, I was Robert Deloach's sister-in-law.
Oh, hold on a minute. Y'all lived on Oakwood?
She lived on Oakwood.
When I was
the Deloaches lived on Oakwood.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
What if we all mute except
You're part of
Sandra?
Jesse Deloach, Betty Deloach, Robert Deloach family.
Okay.
By marriage.
Okay. I just want to make that clear because did you go to Ravenswood?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
What year?
Eleanor Kidman.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. At this point, I'm the moderator. Hold on. Wait a second. Here we go.
I love your quilt.
Sandra?
That's what I'm saying.
Sandra? What year?
65.
65. Okay, go.
I don't really have a lot to say. I mean, I enjoyed my educational experience at Ravenswood. And as far as being in East Palo Alto, we moved from West Oakland. And the projects, which as far as the media was concerned, was a really rough area. But
This is Cheryl Hughes from class of 66.
Hold on, wait a second. I've got to stop all of this. Mute all as I do this. I'm muting everyone. And Sandra, my apologies. I'm going to ask you to unmute, or let's see if I can do that for you. And yes, I have to ask you to unmute. Okay, so would you continue?
I don't know where I left off. I mean, as always,
well, hey, did we ever think we were going to get to be this old?
Well, you know what? Actually, I never planned on dying. So
great.
I mean,
well, give us some of your wisdom, please. Give us some of your wisdom.
Oh, I don't think it is wisdom. Some people might think it's some crazy stuff, but like I don't plan on leaving because I know I'll always be here through my children or whatever. But my experience in Ravenswood High School was a totally positive one. I never experienced racial disparity or any type at school. But I remember us going to Louisiana because both my parents were from the South, and we did experience it there. It was minimal, but it was still there. But anyway, I mean, I love all the people that I met during my travels in my stay in East Palo Alto. Presently live in Marietta, Georgia. And in my neighborhood, there's a whole bunch of Trump and Pence signs, but I still don't really experience all the racial disparity or anything like that. But
okay.
I thank God for all you guys. I love everybody, and I'm so happy to be a part of this tonight.
Super. Stick with us. 60, that was
Isaac,
up next.
Isaac, if I
Yes.
may. Sandra, you're in Marietta, Georgia?
Yeah.
I'm in Lithonia, Georgia.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
We're neighbors.
Hey, see there?
There's a lot of East Palo Altons in Georgia. Verdell Woods moved there.
Catherine, did we get to you? Did we do Catherine? And unmute. Let's see, and I'm not sure if I can. Let's see. I might, or can I unmute her?
What year are you working on?
No, I'm trying to fill the gaps. Catherine, you're with 1966. No, I'm just going back because I didn't want to miss anyone. I'm trying to grab everyone. And so, she'd have to.
I had a lunch break, so
okay.
I'm just trying to catch up.
Okay. Well, I am.
What year are you on right now?
66.
Oh, okay.
Houston keeps trying to get in to talk. She's 66.
Mm-hmm.
You guys keep skipping over.
66.
Catherine, can you hear me? Can you unmute your microphone?
She spoke already.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's. How about, do we have any other six? Cheryl, you spoke. Rob is gone. He's going, and let's see. So let's go with 67. How about?
You still skipping over Cheryl Houston.
And,
where is she at?
And Marceline Combs.
Okay, then how about it? Cheryl
should be speaking right now.
Then Cheryl, go ahead.
You the topic already. They said you skipped over you.
Okay, is there anyone? And here we go. Is there anyone that we've missed? I'm easy.
No, I'm ready.
That's why I'm easy.
I'm ready for the entertainment.
I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Sing the song.
I'm in the comment.
Okay. Someone's phone is lagging. I can hear it on the system.
I did not.
Somebody has their phone on speaker.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Christmas. It's not 12 o'clock.
Okay, Marceline Combs.
Hi, I already spoke.
Okay, that's right. Then I'm going to mute you.
You hear me?
So I'm not sure because I'm not who's speaking. What's the name?
It's Cheryl Houston. She's trying to talk. It's her phone that's messing up.
Okay, Cheryl. You're on. Let's see. It's muted right now. So you're going to have to unmute your phone. Okay, there you go. Oh, well, you did, and it went back to mute. Okay, there you go. Go ahead, speak, Cheryl. Are you with us?
Okay, I have a poor internet connection. So just
okay, I'm going to mute her phone because it's lagging. I don't know if she's on the phone or on the internet.
Okay, you know what?
Yes.
We all gonna sing Cheryl say Merry Christmas, Cheryl, and we'll talk to you next time.
Merry Christmas, Cheryl, and I'll interview you myself. Okay.
Yes, for New Year's.
Okay.
Happy New Year. Go, you
We're
know what?
almost there.
Hold on a minute.
Yes.
I want you to hurry up and get to 1970 so Brad can speak and I
want to get to
start my gumbo. Hey, Brad.
Great. Well, come on now. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so hold on. What do we have left? We have 67. Gigi? Gigi, why don't you go ahead?
Definitely.
Unmute.
You talking to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Where do you want me to?
Okay.
Go ahead, Gigi. You're gonna have to unmute.
I'm speaking. Can you hear?
Okay. All right. You hear me now?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, who's that? Because I forget. Okay, I came down from San Francisco, like I said before. My father was in the Navy, and we were steered down to Menlo Park when East Palo Alto and Menlo Park was one. And I went to Ravenswood every year because they kept changing the boundary lines on me. And I used to mentor and tutor Ravenswood students during the summertime every year for like 4 years. And I met one of my ex-husbands that I got annulled, Joe Fuller, if you know him. Mm-hmm. And he lives in Oregon now. And let's see what else. I went to Green Oaks. That's Cesar Chavez now, because they wanted to feel comfortable. They had to change the names. Let's see. Oh, he was good. So, you know, we were back then, they were changing the boundaries so much that I don't know if you guys knew this, that the Menlo Atherton kids that were made to go to Menlo Atherton with those snobby people, when we had games, we used to sit on the Ravenswood side at every game. And that made us feel like, you know, we
there
were
are people waiting to be let in, Isaac.
Huh?
Again?
What? Oh, okay. And I remember the concerts at Ravenswood. I don't know if you guys remember all of them. The biggest hit was like Robert Gates. He kind of like sung like somebody, but everybody liked him. And I always remembered that the best looking guys, not these guys, they say they got pants hanging all the way down their knees and stuff. We had men that looked like men, gorgeous men at Ravenswood High School. I remember that. And also went to St. John, and we started middle on Madeira. And then we moved over to Bay Road. That's where Reverend Branch, he's always my preacher, even now. And Mother Branch, she pierced my ears. I think she pierced a lot of people's ears. But I have a lot of memories of Ravenswood, and it used to hurt my heart when they would change the boundary lines. But I always kept in touch with everybody. Even if I didn't meet people, I knew them. I knew of them. I probably don't know me. I'm quiet. And there's two Gail Wilkersons too.
Yeah, you are not quiet. You are not quiet.
So here, hey, Gail. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yes, but, and I'm gonna qualify this. I need to speak to you personally, and for those of you, I'm really, and again, I really want to. I've gotten interviews with Carl Clark, Mr. Clark. I've gotten interviews with Barbara Mouton. I've gotten interviews that I haven't even had the chance to produce and put together yet. And again, I'm thinking of capturing the history here in East Palo Alto. And I want some more of just your stories. I'm listening to this now. But I really think we need to capture a lot more of the history. So I'm loving this because I can go back over. We're recording this. I can go back over this. And I'm sorry that if you hadn't seen the piece that I did on Poncho or on Louis Bundy or on Faye McNair, I'm gonna have it put up so you can watch it on Facebook. And I've always held off those things until I let the family see them first. And Lewis's family has seen it, and of course Pancho's family has seen it, and they're like in awe. And I think you all would be, and I think those are the kind of things we need that would really bring a lot of this history together. So, Judy, I'm going to get to you.
But
Gigi, I want to get to you.
There are people. Vicky is waiting to get let in.
Yes. Okay. So we got 67. I got Gail. Where'd Gail go?
Muted me.
I did because I want to get Gail. No. I'm after Gail Blassie and Gail Wilkins.
I know you cut me off because we talked yesterday and you figured you already heard everything.
Well, see, I want to take you further. You're way over here. I got you even going further. So I want to do something for you special too. And again, I'm talking about capturing history. Gail?
Hi.
Hello.
I'm with Eleanor and Catherine. I was raised in the Willows, and in '63, my freshman year, I was bused over to Ravenswood, along with a whole bunch of other folks, many of whom stuck, many of whom left. And I found it was one of the best experiences that I have had in my life. If I had gone to Menlo Atherton, I would have been the little fish in the gigantically huge pond. And going to Ravenswood, I was in a little bit bigger fish in a somewhat smaller pond. And it did bring out some of my shyness, and getting to know people of other races and stuff was very beneficial. I had opportunities presented to me, like Isaac, you mentioned the Stanford summer program. Spent a summer at Stanford Medical School because of going to Ravenswood. We went to San Francisco, saw a lot of plays and things, a lot of cultural enrichment items that were presented to us while we were there. And it just really opened my eyes to a lot of different things.
Okay. And remember that Stanford, I don't know, am I still muted? I got to look at myself now. The Stanford, it was called The Function at the Junction. And Leonard Herzenberg was the head of that program. We isolated DNA.
Yeah.
Did you get to work in a lab after that period? Louis Bundy and many folks did.
I didn't, but what I learned there really, really helped me out once I got to college. Mm-hmm. And, I ended up going to UC because I went to Ravenswood, because I had been thinking going to San Francisco State, and I was told, no, you should go to UC. And, class of 67 got plenty of scholarships, a lot of money that was available, made available to us for going and furthering our education. And you spoke about the nurseries that were out in the. There is a mural in downtown Redwood City that celebrates the chrysanthemum growers that were in the Bay Area that just was dedicated the other day. And I spoke with Amy Nakai Funabiki, and she was telling me a few stories about her dad, and because he was one of the chrysanthemum growers out there. I think every function we had, the class of 67, we had chrysanthemums that were donated from the local growers.
Yeah.
I used to work in the chrysanthemums in the summertime, picking the suckers off of the chrysanthemums and the carnations. I also used to ride a horse up there on the dikes, and I had sidewalk.
The dikes. Oh, Jesus.
There's a whole new story there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Gail.
Okay, so who did?
Gail. Hi, Gail.
Has there been anybody that we missed? Judy?
Daryl.
Gail who?
I want to ask Gail a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Where downtown Redwood City is the statue?
It's not a statue. It's a mural on a building. And I don't remember the name of the street. But
because periodically I always go to Redwood City because that's where I research my family history. Okay, and yeah, so I have a trip there, and I wanted to, if I make that trip from Stockton there, I want to find that statue.
Probably Google it.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably can Google it.
Okay.
It's dedicated to the chrysanthemum growers, and some of it talks about the history of Redwood City also.
Thanks, Gail.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Yes.
This is Nate, man. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to leave.
Hey, Wilbur, you can leave, but you're never going to get away, man.
No, this is Nate.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Hold on. I can't. I'm looking. Oh, who's that? Nate?
That's Nate Brett.
Hey, Nate.
Wait a minute. No, I thought they were going to entertain. I thought somebody was going to sing.
Well, let's hold on. Wait a second, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and Nate.
Right,
when I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, I had no idea where we'd be.
I know, but it's been.
I don't know if you're. I don't know, and I know. Do you have
gumbo to make?
I know.
I gotta go pick up my yesterday. I'm still on the Zoom.
My lady asked me. I asked my lady what.
Hold on a minute. I'll call you back on that. But whatever it is, I'm gonna match.
I'm gonna mute her. Okay. Nate, go ahead.
I asked my lady what does she want for Christmas. She said, "Give me something with some diamonds in it." So I gotta go pick up a deck of cards. You know, that's what she's gonna get.
Listen to me. Stop. Yes. Don't she know you that diamond?
Hey, look here. Before you leave, if you want to know how big Charles Barkley, I know you've seen him on TV.
Listen.
Frankie.
Picture me and Charles Barkley together.
Sid.
Oh yeah.
Frankie. Would you get her?
Him in the past.
It's me and
That's
so Frankie. It's Charles Barkley.
My dog's going off.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Nate, and I'm sorry. Oh, Nate and I were both hoping that he'd entertain you, and I could entertain you as well.
I'm still hoping for that. I'm too old to be disappointed in my life.
I want to give a shout out to Bill, Isaac, and Cindy Webster because you're keeping us all together. And you guys deserve all the credit, man. I love you guys. And I love all my classmates and the classmates that there'll never be another Ravenswood.
Never.
But it lives on forever. Love you. Love you guys.
Okay. Nate's going to leave us.
Tell Cheryl I said,
I got you, girl. I got your name and everything. I'm going to call her as soon as I get
look, we already, look, she brought me out with the grandbaby.
You don't tell her you crazy as hell, right?
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Come on, y'all. Come on. Because we have we got some. I'm going to mute all, and then I'm going to ask for Cheryl.
Oh, Lord.
Cheryl? Because we've got a couple of more to get through from 67. I'm gonna shut up.
Lord have mercy.
Just a couple more. Cheryl Farrell?
Oh no.
No, Judy Brown.
I'm not tired of nothing. I'm gonna bring my plate over here and start cutting my onions.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I got some persimmons too. So wait a minute. Good. Cheryl, could you unmute and give us a little bit about Ravenswood? And I'm sorry, but I'm happy. I'm happy.
I want to hear from Cheryl.
Sorry, you guys. It's taking too long. I gotta go. It was nice seeing everyone. I love everyone. Merry Christmas.
No, she can speak. Speak, Cheryl.
Who's saying? I can't see who's speaking.
Cheryl.
Linda.
He's saying goodbye.
Linda Mustafa, Benjamin, and I've got to go.
Okay.
Thanks. It was nice.
Merry Christmas.
You guys.
No, you don't have to go. You don't.
Linda. Oh, is that? Hold on, Linda. That was. I can get with Linda. She was in my class. That's Miss Mustafa. Okay. I knew her in Green Oaks too. So Cheryl, could you go?
I got notes.
Can you hear me?
I wrote my history down.
Okay.
Well, am I on or am I?
Yes, you are on.
Lady. Okay. Well, I'll make it real quick because I got to go too. Let's see. Moved to East Palo Alto in 1951, April 1951. Lived 2 doors down from the Perkins boys. They are like family. I grew up with them. We have a 70-year association.
Wow.
So anyway, went to Brentwood and Garden Oaks and a multitude of other schools in Ravenswood. Spent my entire school career in East Palo Alto, and my very best memories growing up, of course, happened there in East Palo Alto. And I love the school. I loved our teachers, and I have kept up with many of the fellow students. And it's so nice to see you, Isaac, and to know that you've done so well for yourself.
I've been lucky. I've been blessed.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. What was your maiden name?
Osborne.
Okay, because I'm sitting here looking at at my yearbook.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm next to Gail. Our pictures were always side by side. OP.
Who was called?
I will find you. and have you been at? I'm sorry that you weren't able to make it to Molokai and I was hoping that Eddie and his wife, Eddie Medeiros.
Oh yeah.
And his wife would have joined us. They're in Molokai on the island in Hawaii, and I think all of y'all would have loved listening to them because they changed my life too.
I've been to Molokai. I went to see Eddie this past January. I spent 3-4 days with them on the island.
The simplicity.
Oh, definitely.
Of being there. Yes.
Yeah.
I've been to the Big Island and did the volcano thing, but out of all the places I've ever been, went deer hunting and deep sea and scuba snorkeling and fishing, spear fishing in Hawaii.
Isaac.
Yes.
Can you tell me what's exciting about being with a volcano?
Yeah, I sure can, because as a matter of fact, let's see, I'm going to get this as I look back at this. If you're driving and we're going around the edges of it, and of course, one of the volcanoes has recently exploded, and to see the lava coming up, but then to go in a boat around the side of the volcano, and really it's a national park. And so I hope all of y'all got your senior cards because you can get in free. I'm frugal. Okay. And yes, it was actually beyond exciting. And it's something that doesn't cost a lot of money to do. And I keep thinking for many of us that I grew up right here in East Palo Alto, but it's funny when I think of many of our kids did not have the opportunity to just go right up behind us here in the Redwoods and up in the parks that are there. And as the Boy Scout and the things that have gone around on here that we
hold on a minute.
Well,
I went up in the Redwoods a lot of times.
Camping?
You know why?
Why?
That's where they had the juvenile camp.
Oh, no, for other reasons than that.
Oh, whatever. I'm just being with Redwoods. Called
You're
Redwood
being real.
City.
Yeah. Okay. Well, did you?
And then they called Woodside.
Okay. So let's put it like this. And here, let me give you some other thing to build on. East Palo Alto, when they first came into to log the redwoods, they went to Redwood City. They drug those logs all the way down Bay Road. That was the first road.
I saw one.
Okay. No, not just one. And they used to put stagecoaches on barges and float them to Alviso when the creeks used to flood during the winter months. So a lot was going on here.
Before those logs got there, East Palo Alto flooded. And that's when they started raising the levees.
Before those logs
they started redoing the Dunbarton Bridge.
I'm talking about before there was a Dunbarton Bridge.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to mute myself.
Okay, cool.
Hey, gotta go, Isaac. Good to see you.
Cheryl, I will find you again.
Oh, that's okay.
For all of you. I hope you won't mind. I'm going to be looking for all of you.
Cheryl,
Yeah.
Are you coming tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
see
Merry
you tomorrow.
Christmas.
Yeah, Merry
Wear
Christmas.
your mask.
Listen to you.
Hold on. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. Bye,
Cheryl.
everybody. Have a wonderful holiday.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'm looking at Gail. Gail, hit me. Gail, you're going to have to unmute. Let me see if I can unmute you.
Merry Christmas.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Merry
Okay.
Christmas.
You talking to
No, I'm talking to Gail Blessing.
with me or the other one?
The other one.
Look,
Me.
I give out 100 of these every single day. 100.
Okay.
Bessie, are you Renea's mother?
Don't ask me questions.
Y'all are
Look.
crazy. Come on.
What'd you want,
see?
Isaac?
No, I'm
I
still
give out
because
100
Sherry
every
and Annette. I
single
see Sherry
day.
and Annette, and I'm trying to get to everybody. Come on, y'all. But I'm loving this because when Bill and I first started talking about this, we were wondering if we could get people to stay on for an hour.
Hey, you want to get the Mitchell sisters? I gotta go.
Yes. Well, how about if I jumped you to the front and all those and I am recording this. Could you all hang on? Because I love and miss you all too. Yes.
No, stop.
Huh?
We want to stay in line.
Okay. Well, then you'd still be behind them.
What year are you on?
Well, let's see who we got.
Where Brad? Hey, Brad. Soon as Brad, listen.
Have
to
we
me.
missed? Okay, so Brad, we got.
Yes,
I think we're only
nice.
dealing with. We got Vicky.
Oh yeah,
We
you
got
gotta
Seth.
keep Vicky because what I got to say include Vicky.
Okay, so come on, sock it to me so we can get this done.
Now we ain't sucking nothing. You know what I'm gonna do? You
Go on.
you reschedule this for after New Year's or New Year's Eve. How about that?
Well, how about
Just us?
and it might
And you know what I want
How
for
about
New
some
Year's?
black coffee?
Why don't? Yeah. Well,
I mean, if everybody gotta go, that's what
Hold
I'm
on, wait a
saying.
second again. Mhm.
These
Okay.
programs
Oh
are
my
not
God.
for me because you started in 1951.
No,
Now
we
here
didn't.
I am almost to 70 and everybody gotta go.
Okay, so
I gotta go pick up my computer.
I'm gonna stop everybody. Hold on, wait a second. I'm gonna go back. Mute. I'm gonna stop everybody and regroup.
Yeah, mute me.
Okay, no,
I'm
but
gonna mute.
no, you're fine. So, happy Christmas Eve, actually. So where are we at, class of 70?
Oh my God, hold on a minute. This is what I want you to know right now.
Yes.
I want everybody on the sound of my voice. My birthday was December 22nd.
Well, happy birthday to you.
My birthday was the 20th.
Bam!
My
So
birthday
hold
was
on.
September
So here
7th.
we are, and look how I'm spending my time.
Wonderfully. I'm glad you're safe and you don't have the virus.
I'm sharing my 69th birthday, 50 years after Ravenswood, with the rest of y'all.
Good.
And you don't want to hear our story. You don't want to hear our story because everybody got to go. Okay, well, have a good night. I got a gumbo to make.
Okay, go for
Bye.
it. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Was that
Bye,
too
Bessie.
Bye. I'll reach out to you myself, okay, Bessie?
I can barely hear you.
Okay, so
Wait for that
really
reach
need to
out.
learn.
Bessie never answered my question.
okay, which was?
Is her daughter named Renea? She used to work for me. And Bessie used to call my office all the time. That's
Okay, Gail. Well, then Gail, I'll go back over this, listen to it, and get your answer for you, okay?
Yeah,
Because
you
you know I
always
care.
did look mean.
it didn't work.
Okay, so hold on. We're down to our last few, and I want to get all of you. So please, come on, here we go. We got a 68er here. Shirley, I'm going to ask you.
Did we do Judy? Did we do Judy Brown?
I'm not sure. Is she still here?
Oh,
Judy, did we get Judy? There's my beauty. Okay, then let's do Judy. She's a class. Judy, how about this?
I just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone, and it's nice listening to you all here today. And I enjoyed Ravenswood. I enjoyed the talent shows, and that's what I enjoyed most of at Ravenswood. And then I've met so many people, you know, in East Palo Alto, East Menlo Park. I was born in Eloy, Arizona, and we came to Colorado for about a year, and then came to East Menlo Park with my auntie and my mother. And so I met a lot of people around East Menlo Park on Madera, Sevier, Windermere, and all the streets. And so I just want to say Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Judy. Hey, Judy.
Merry Christmas,
Judy. I did not, and as Judy prepares, I did not get to capture you at our last reunion, and I'd like to, so I'd like to capture you on video at some other point. So I want you to get your family pictures together too, if you would, and we'll put together a piece, okay? And I'd offer that to all of you, because we are looking to really get into some more of the history of the folks that have been here and how, and some of the feelings. And I wish I had the ability to share what we did with Poncho or Lewis or those, but some of those pieces really came out wonderfully. And I'd just like all of y'all to be able to see them, and I was hoping to show some of them to you today, okay? I'm sorry I couldn't, but the technology is where it is, and we'll get there. Thanks, Judy.
Oh, you're welcome. And at 7:30, my children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, we're going to do Zoom at 7:30.
Cool. It beats it. And I'm going to give you one more thought. My parents were so cheap, I won't say cheap. We'd be out looking for our Christmas tree right now on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
Because they'd be looking.
Cheap. That's not cheap.
That's frugal.
That's just tradition.
That was frugal. Well, because you could get the last tree on the lot.
Hello, Isaac.
Yes.
My children grew up with the same premise because my birthday is December 22nd. And Christmas don't begin until I celebrate everybody, and then you celebrate me.
Okay.
And on the 23rd, we went to go get the Christmas tree. But I had everything picked out, and we didn't have drive-by pickup. We called them layaways. I went and got the layaway.
Okay.
And then it was on.
Well, we got our Christmas tree on Christmas Eve because they would almost be giving them away.
Bam, that's what I'm
And then we go home and do popcorn.
That's what y'all gotta have me up.
Okay.
Isaac.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you let me?
I'm gonna go up there to say, Mark. They 50% off.
Thank you.
Okay, Vicky, admit.
Hey, I thought you were back in because I just see your picture.
Say again, Rob.
Just did the same thing Christmas Eve. My dad, and he did it for the money.
I think everybody's parents did that.
Well, we did a couple times.
We didn't have a lot of money to be spending on a Christmas tree, but we had one. Even if it looked like
they had those silver trees that you can put it in the box, pull it out with silver. Then you had that wheel that turned around.
No. This was before they even had. This was before they had those.
And all kinds of stuff. That's what y'all would. And you know what, my mom, she would love it when she went over there to Ravenswood City to that Salvation Army store and got one for almost free.
Yeah.
I remember that store.
Okay, so did we get everyone?
Letty, hello.
Look, Merry Christmas.
Okay,
we didn't do 70.
70s. Where's the 70s?
Okay, I'm looking at
70s.
68.
Right.
What happened to 68?
Excuse
Hold
me.
on.
I have one.
Brad Stamper is before us.
Okay, well, then let's do this.
I want to wish everybody, but Brad.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you?
Girl, just let other people talk.
I stopped it. Okay, Brad.
All right.
Hold on, wait a second. Wait, I'm trying to be nice now, yo. Come on, give a brother a break.
All the time.
Well, I tried.
There's a limit to niceness.
Okay, there he is.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go. Brad, sock it to us.
All
Why
right.
you didn't let me do class of 68?
Because we'll come right back to you, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Brad, when you hook up Christmas at your house, Zoom
I
me
thought you muted her.
I'm trying. They don't have a permanent mute on here.
You could put Bessie in the waiting room if she don't shut up.
Okay, it's like putting that mask on.
You know how they put you in the principal's office? They had a waiting room on Zoom.
Okay. Sock it to us.
I know how to do that.
Look, 1954. No, I'm sorry, 55. We moved to, my family moved from Georgia to Menlo Park, 411 Hamilton. I went to Bellhaven High School. I'm sorry, Bellhaven Elementary.
Right.
Then we moved over to East Palo Alto in 1956. Went to Brentwood, Garden Oaks, and then 1966, I went to Ravenswood, graduated in 1970. One of my very most fond memories of the Ravenswood High School, and I think Gail alluded to this earlier, were the spring concerts. 1967, particularly 1967, where my brother, Gary, and the Majestics, they recorded.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
The CD, or at that time it was called the record. And it to me is famous. Okay.
I made those CDs, Brad.
Did you make those CDs?
I made those CDs and I digitized the album.
Yeah, I loved it. So
they were good.
Remember, I'm not sure if anybody remembers. I think it was like 1968, right when all the sit-ins were becoming very popular. That the Ravenswood High School administration building was taken over by the students on the sit-in. We were protesting. We were protesting the rights that we have within the school. So,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, fondest memories of Ravenswood High School.
So, Brad, I'm gonna come after you too.
Come on.
Because I know your dad. I know your dad, your brothers, and the history that you had. I played Little League and all. Yeah. So, and if you had.
And look,
it wasn't It wasn't 1968, Brad. That's all I'm gonna say.
67.
Okay, it was 67. Yeah.
A side note: the incorporation of East Palo Alto.
Who's counting?
I was part of that original council that set up the East Palo Alto. Incorporation question. So I just wanted to throw that out.
Okay. Brad, thank you. I will reach out to, like I said, I know your brother, your dad, and all that they did here in East Palo Alto, and we need to capture their history. And everybody else's is here as well, but in a different way than just the Zoom meeting. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, 70s. Do we have anyone else that would like to speak that hasn't?
Not Betsy.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to do this. Dave, go ahead. I'm going to go for you.
I'm class of 68. Our family almost moved on to Hamilton Avenue. I could have been a neighbor of Brad's in 51, but for some reason the house didn't go through. We moved over in the Willows area, like a few of you who are probably not here. In 1951, I did the Willow School, Menlo Oaks, Ravenswood routine. Like a few of you, I was all set to go to Menlo Atherton. My siblings were class of 60, 62, and 63 at MA. And I was all set to go until all of a sudden the boundaries changed.
Yeah,
the counselors coming over to Menlo Oaks, and they divided our 8th grade class into all the Ravenswood people on one side, all the MA people on the other side. The MA people were sitting there snickering at all of us because we had to go to Ravenswood. And I won't lie, I was a little concerned. Being a little white boy, I'm hitting high school at 5 feet, 90 pounds. And I'm thinking, oh, crap. And then when I got to Ravenswood, it dawned on me, oh, no big deal, because I'd been busing over to Willow in 61 and 62. And believe it or not, that's where I met Bubba and Lincoln, of all people. And they were taking a 6th grade class at Willow. And then when I went to Ravenswood, I bumped into them. And then I discovered there was only one Little League team in the Menlo Park area before the Ravenswood Little League. And I played Little League with a bunch of kids from East Palo Alto. So when I got there, all of a sudden I saw a whole bunch of people I knew. And then fortunately, it's hard to believe at 5 feet, 90 pounds, I was an okay athlete, not a star, but I was okay. And I know Lincoln and Bubba, I know PE was a big deal in high school. You had to win the flash flag football game. Well, Lincoln and Bubba, I think Bubba was the captain, Lincoln was his first pick. And then it was very important to those two guys to get somebody. And so they looked over the whole PE class, and then all of a sudden I heard Bubba say, "Get him, I remember him from 6th grade." And all of a sudden, so our backfield consisted of Lincoln, who was probably a fully formed adult at 14 years old.
Minor, yes.
Bubba used to be Bobo in 6th grade, but then he became Bubba in high school. And he was, I don't know, they're all big to me. And here I'm on the other side, once again, that 5 foot, 90 pound little white boy. And so everybody tried to pick on me. Well, I wasn't terrible, and they discovered that wasn't going to work either. So we basically kicked everybody's ass in freshman PE flash flag. And so that was kind of my introduction in some ways. And then as time went on, it kind of grew. And then incredibly, on November 21st, 1967, Shirley covered some of it, we went out to Stanford together to go to tutoring. On November 21st, 1967, I had my dad's 1965 Datsun pickup. Oh God! But anyway, she thought I had a car, so she came along with me, and we've been together ever since.
Wow!
After that, we both wound up at San Mateo, and that's when I was kind of wondering. Going out of Ravenswood, I had no idea what to expect. I thought I was going to get blown away at junior college. But then when I got there, I realized all these rich white kids were not only immature, they were really
dumb.
Right. Of course, I wound up working for them later. That's another story. But from there, we moved up to Humboldt County, where I got a degree in forestry. I worked in the woods of Oregon, Washington, California, and a lot of redwoods. I cruised a lot of timber, old growth redwood, Douglas fir, surveyed, did various things in the woods for 13 years. The industry went in the toilet. I wound up working at Hewlett-Packard in Corvallis, Oregon. Transferred down to Roseville in 1986. And we moved up above Auburn in a little town called Meadow Vista. I'm actually exactly 100 miles from Reno. And so we go over there quite a bit. We have a place in Reno. And the rest is history. And if I look back at those times, and I don't know who it said, but it seems like going to Ravenswood was either a badge of courage or a badge of honor. Because I was just talking to somebody last week, and I don't remember who it was. I said, "Oh yeah, I went to Ravenswood." And they just, "Oh my God, you must be a tough guy." And I kind of, "Oh no, I'm not." But the stigma is still there from a lot of people who went to Ravenswood. And that's when I started learning a lot more about people in general. My parents are completely open-minded. I mean, my grandparents are Stanford faculty. My parents are Berkeley. I was born in Palo Alto, so what do you expect? But it was a very interesting experience, and I think as time is going on, as I got older, I've realized how important it was and what a good experience it was for me. And I've met some wonderful people, and it's something that I've carried on forever. And Shirley knows we've been together now 53 years, so married almost 50. So
Now you said you said Shirley.
Yeah, right down below me.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, it's the tag team.
So we've been together ever since.
Now I unmuted you, Shirley.
You did.
Yes, I did. Cause now you heard him. I want to hear you.
Well, you guys heard me earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking at 68.
Well, I want to say hi to Vicky.
Okay.
I remember you from high school.
What I'm really most proud of about Shirley is wherever I went, she was going to college. And when she finally graduated from USF, I put a map together of Oregon or Washington and listed all the schools she had gone to. I think there were 7 or 8 different colleges.
That's a sweet story.
Finally wound up at USF, University of San Francisco, which she took as a extension program, which, boy, I was sure glad I had already finished my degree. That was hard. I couldn't have done that, but I was real proud of her for that, going through the whole ceremony at the USF campus.
You heard that, Shirley.
I did. I'm writing it down.
Hi,
Good.
Shirley.
Hi.
Is there anyone that we did not get?
I'm telling you, I'm class of 68, and I'm about sick of you being mean to me.
I'm sorry.
You let Bessie drag you up and down the street.
Vicky, hold on, wait a second. Vicky,
go ahead.
I want you to because wait a minute, I grew up with Cheryl. And I miss her. I keep thinking about you. So wait a minute. And all your older brothers that used to bully me, I didn't mind it. And you knew wait a minute. And you knew the Moore family. Hold on. And you knew the Moore family that lived around the corner. I mean, so they grew up on the other side of the block from Westminster. But what I enjoyed most about that time was we knew everybody, and the parents watched out for all the kids.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do anything between Kavanaugh and Westminster. If I did anything, it would get home before I got home.
Gertrude Wilkes.
So those are the things that I miss about a community these days.
Mm-hmm.
And
we got Homer on here that wants to speak, and I can wait.
Okay, go ahead. Homer?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Homer. Miss Smith.
Peaches.
And what year were you at Ravenswood, Miss Smith?
Hold on. You said Miss Smith. I thought you were talking about me.
No, get off.
All right. Wait a minute. Come on. Here we go. Have you had the opportunity to speak, Miss Smith? That's a yes or no answer. But you're breaking up some. I'm sorry. Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
No, you're breaking up
I'm
some.
sorry, my connection's probably getting bad.
There's a lag. This is technology, and I hope I'm not breaking up for you. But here's what I'll do. I'll reach out to you, and we'll see.
Homer, wait a minute, Isaac. If you cut off your picture, sometimes it comes in better. So you might can cut off your picture.
Mine?
She got 2 things going.
Okay.
Or else you have 2 devices on.
I'll try that.
Okay.
No.
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Go ahead. Yes, I can hear you good.
Okay, I'm from class in 1964. My parents and I moved from San Francisco in 1955 to Menlo Park on Sevier Street. My maiden name was McClure.
Yep.
And I went to Belhaven School, from Belhaven to Green Oaks, and to Ravenswood High School, and my life was spent at St. John Church.
Right.
And what else you need to know? I live in Roseville, California.
Roseville?
Yes, I live
in Roseville.
You're out in the country.
It's not the country no more.
I know.
It's nice out there.
Yes, about.
You need $800,000 for a 3-bedroom house in Roseville.
I know. I know, but it's not East Palo Alto. But Homer, Miss Smith, I'll reach out to you, okay?
Okay.
Because we don't have a good only because we don't have a good connection, and I do want to hear your story.
Me too.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
I want to say, Isaac, this is what I want to say. Sandra DeLoach, I just got your I just came back home because I had to go up to my agency, but I got your Christmas card out the mailbox. That's what Ravenswood experience does for me. People from Atlanta, Georgia, from all over the country, I get Christmas cards from people from Ravenswood, and that's just so enlightening and heartwarming. Every year I get a Christmas card from her. But I want to say this. When I went to Ravenswood, and I have a lot of memories. As a freshman, I remember this. I went to the junior prom because I married my childhood sweetheart from Ravenswood, and 4 years later he died. And so I was a widow at 19.
What was his name?
Right.
Jackie Walker.
Yeah.
Oh.
We need Jackie.
Jackie Walker and Stacy and Tracy as his children. But what I want to say is when I had my children, Sandra Webster, which had graduated long before me, was in the bed next to me. Her son had just been born. Miss Winters, who was the vice principal at Ravenswood, came to the hospital to visit me. And I probably was the worst student at Ravenswood at that time. But she was kind, and she just seen something in me that I didn't even know. And she came to the hospital and visited me. And I remember that from my Ravenswood experience. And later on down the line, Mr. LaGrosse, who was my geography teacher, was the vice principal of Carmont when they had all their racial tensions. And my sons went to Carmont, and I wound up in his office, and he kept saying, "You look like somebody I know." But I already knew who he was, but I wasn't going to tell him who I was because I was terrible. But and I thought he would label my kids or something. And so then finally he said, "Did you go to Ravenswood?" And I went, "Yeah, I was in your class." And he said, "Are you Vicky?" And he remembered me because I was a good student. I just was a rebel. I just fought a lot. Was probably my biggest problem at Ravenswood.
She had the 70s Liberation Army in her.
I had fights every day. But that experience, like I said,
Angela Davis.
if you don't shut up, I will call you at.
Oh, put me on mute.
Girl, get on mute. You need to cut it out, Bessie, or bring me some gumbo or something. But I want to say, yeah.
All right, be nice, y'all. Come on.
I am. She know me. She knows me.
Hey, Vicky, I know you too because you were in Green Oaks and I was at Green Oaks. And
don't start telling that story.
But it's the truth. I was too dark.
Oh, go ahead.
I was too dark.
Judy, don't tell that old story. He tell me that he was in love with me and I wouldn't give him the time of day.
Not at all.
I probably was in love with Jackie at the time. I didn't have time of day for nobody else but him.
That's okay. I'm good.
Remember, Judy?
I keep thinking, dodge that bullet.
Yeah. Now, what was
no.
What was the bullet
No.
That wasn't very nice.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one. You know, do you know why I say that? I say that because we were kids, and these are the things I think.
You must have been real shy or something.
I was. What kids knew what kids were.
But I'm telling you, that
I gotta say this one thing.
And I'm talking about we're growing up and we don't know. I love y'all. Yeah.
I want to tell you this, Isaac.
Yes.
You're right about the craters. I lived in Hawaii for 7 years. You're right about the craters, and it's a beautiful place to go and a beautiful place to be. If I could afford to live there now, I would. It was a beautiful thing. But Ravenswood gave me the courage to go somewhere like that. Otherwise, I don't think I would have ever. I left home with no money and nothing, with 2 kids and a man, and went to an island 5,000 miles away from home, just knowing I could make it from what I got from Ravenswood.
And my point is this. Many of our young people today that are here don't have a clue what's outside of here.
Right.
And the possibilities that are available to them. These are some of the things that we could teach and bring to them.
I love you, Sandra. She gone.
Sandra, okay. And I understand. So again, I'm not only with you, I'm on everybody's side. I love this place.
Yes.
What choice?
If you don't mute Bessie, you up to her now. Can she talk, please?
Oh, I can hang. Yes, okay.
No, I'm not going to speak. Don't you leave, Vicky.
Is there anyone who has not had the opportunity to speak that would like to?
I'm not going to speak after Brad speak.
He already spoke.
Desmond, are you there?
Stanford.
He spoke already.
What did he say?
He said a lot. You was too busy running your mouth.
Now you were talking.
Okay. Okay. But, hey, and I'm gonna put it like this. Here we are. Hold on. Here we are on Christmas Eve.
I'm gonna wrap it up.
Okay, wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Time to speak. Can I have 1 minute of your time?
Hold on, wait a second. Let me start my stopwatch.
I was gonna say put the timer on.
Yeah, because it will stretch out to 5 minutes if I don't. Start.
Hello. Hello.
Hola.
Hi, Bessie.
Hi. Hi, Miss Vicky.
Pronto, por favor.
Oh my God. And you know what? This is my brother.
LT.
Free at last. But you know what I love about Free at Last? He was never at his last. But he went there to be free.
But
you know what? He's a good man. Something happened.
Yeah.
He had a college degree. He got a master's degree after Ravenswood.
Mm-hmm.
But something happened with his marriage with Miss Swan. And I'm going to leave it right there with a period. Okay. And that changed his whole dynamic because the home, when he graduated, he bought that home at 2275 Poplar for my mama. He's a good man. But something happened in his true love that changed him from a master's degree out of Ravenswood, class of 1966.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was going in, he left.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked in with Smitty, my brother Robert. There was too many Roberts in town. Robert Patton, Robert this, Robert, everybody was Robert. Or if you were white, you were Bob. But we chose Smitty to identify my brother, and here he is.
Okay.
See my brother Smitty?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here's what I want to do. Let's get together.
I still got my 2 minutes.
No, you don't. Your time is up.
You're 2 minutes and 30 seconds by the stopwatch.
Damn, I see you on the next side. And guess what? Y'all invited, and I'm going to give you some gumbo because that's what I'm finna do right now.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
I love you.
I want to leave one thing. Brad, I got to leave with this one thing, Brad.
Go ahead.
Unmute everybody. I got Georgia. Oh, my.
Oh, my God.
Lord,
okay.
I said Georgia. We want everybody on Georgia. Because you know what? 2021 gonna be ours.
Heaven help us all.
The whole night.
Merry Christmas.
Be careful and be safe there.
I'm at home. I'm going to finna cook.
Okay.
I'm gonna cook for the next 6 hours. Bye.
Thank you, Bessie.
We love you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Bessie.
Love you, Vicky.
I love you too, baby.
Okay.
And you know what? I'll see you at Glad Titus, New Sweet Home, over there in Hayward where you like to hang out.
Okay.
Okay. I'll see you.
Wow. Yo, would you believe that we've been on here for over 3 hours?
Yes.
Yes.
And we
took up 2.5 of them.
Hey, and here I am wondering what we do. Rob, thank you.
50 years to get
No, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second. But not just Bill. Rob. made this all possible. Rob made this all possible.
Thank you, Rob.
Bill dropped out and he couldn't get back in, he said.
Oh.
Oh, why? Vicky kept dropping out and she kept coming
back in.
Thank you, Rob.
And for those of you, and again, I'm going to get all your names together and excuse me because, again,
Vicky,
I know what this type of venue is.
I love you too.
Okay.
This is to do this. As a matter of fact, maybe even when we finish this, we can tie this with some of the personal stories that you have. Because if you can sit here and if you can sit here in this type of venue and talk about what you do, and it's funny, I have been backed up. I've got some stuff. New Edition. I was the first one to interview them when they started their career.
You know, Isaac, I had some notes on you, and I'll tell you later in a private message.
What was that?
I said I took notes on you.
When?
Oh, I your whole life because I took notes all day.
Okay.
I got notes about everything.
Okay, wonderful. Then you could.
Everybody. Matter of fact, y'all should hire me to be the documentary secretary.
No, we're gonna get that to Gigi.
We can create a non-profit.
Do you realize that everybody leaving? Mute Betsy and mute the whole thing so you can finish telling us what you're gonna tell us.
Okay.
I see you, Vicky.
Girl, whatever.
Vicky.
I love you.
I love you too. We want a non-profit.
Hold on, I see somebody's talking, but I don't see the list
Have
moving.
a good night. Bye.
Good night. Feliz Navidad. Merry. Be
I
safe.
gotta go get my husband so he can come turn off his laptop.
Be safe.
Okay.
Close it.
I'm at home. And I'm quarantined.
Just shut it down.
You need me to put my
Just slam it down. If you put the cover down, it'll go off. Just put the cover down.
Okay. Look,
put it down, baby.
Last wave if you can see me.
Put it down, baby.
I don't see anybody's list moving, so I'm gonna mute everybody else. Okay, so who's left and who wants to go? And we'll call this an evening.
Desmond Lee is 1969.
Little Miss Nash, yes, Liddy.
The whole time.
Hold on, wait a second. Hold on, wait. Nettie, go ahead.
I have certainly enjoyed listening to my fellow people from Ravenswood. It's been an awesome experience, and for me, it's been a learning experience. And you know something, even at our age, we continue to learn. So I am just so grateful that we're able to do this, and we're so blessed to have a venue that we can do.
Hold on, who said that? Oh, Rob.
I think that's Desmond Lee.
That's Desmond.
Desmond?
But you gotta mute him, Isaac,
I can't tell. So here, let me do this because remember, I'm new to this. So I'm gonna mute
everybody.
all.
David, mute everybody.
Yes, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Okay, so I don't know if I can. Okay, you got it.
I did. So I'll make this quick, and I just wanted to absolutely take this opportunity to say thank you. And it's just been so awesome. And I just want to encourage everyone to keep learning and keep growing and keep loving each other, because this year coming up, we need to keep this love going. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing that keeps me with a joyful attitude. And I just love you guys so much. And we do our 64 Zoom every month. And I tell you, I so look forward to this because it has helped me during this quarantine time. And I continue to work and applaud all of you for what we're doing. And like I said, just stay safe and stay loving. And I am just so grateful and stay prayerful, because that's what I do. I love praying, and I'll be praying for you guys. And whenever you have these Zooms, I will be here. I won't say very much, but I'll be praying for you, and I will be here.
Ms. Nash,
so
thank you.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, you have a beautiful Christmas. And
Thanks,
we'll see
you guys
if
too.
We don't see you next year. I'm going to come and find you now.
Oh, wait, I'm right here in Nevada. Yeah, I'm in California, and I got family in EPA, so don't worry.
Super,
I'm here.
Super.
Alrighty.
For all of you, I'm going to come and find you.
Okay. Be well, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
Anybody else want to check out or leave? Or should we call it a night?
Isaac?
Yes, Rob.
Yes, I'm going to check out.
But also, I want to know if I can get Bill Perkins. This is Brad.
Oh, okay, I got you, Brad. Okay.
Again, I'm going to check out. I want to know if I can get Bill Perkins to give me his zucchini bread recipe.
Okay, that works.
All right.
He's not on here anymore.
Hey, now I'm one. Hey, Brad. I'm gonna put it like this. We didn't go out. Matter of fact, remember when a Henry's hamburger only cost 15 cents?
Yes, sir.
You know, and when we went to buy hamburgers, you had a choice. You could get a hot dog or a hamburger, and we shared fries. There was no all this other stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And how we had so little, but we had so much. You know, and those are the things that I think are young. I mean, and I keep thinking many of us grew up and we thought, well, we want to give the things that our parents didn't give us, we wanted to give our kids. But that in some cases, I think that might not have been the right thing to do in some cases because.
We gave them much.
Huh?
We gave them too much.
Yeah. I mean,
they didn't have to. I don't know if struggle is the right word, but they didn't seem to appreciate as much. Although my boys, they had to work for their car and they had to pay their own car insurance. But I know a lot of others, you know, they were given their cars, their insurance was paid for. You know, these are things. I mean, I didn't even have a car till I got married. You know, so yeah. But my kids grew up okay. I'm proud of them, but I'm not so proud of my grandchildren. So
they terrible, all of them. Don't feel bad.
We got
grandkids is something else, girl.
We got a 50 cents a week allowance. A 50 cents a week allowance. I had to do the yards. I had to clean up the dog. I had to do all these things, and then I had to put half of that in the bank.
Yep.
I got 50 cents. I only got a quarter.
No. Well, but no, we got 50 cents. But then again, during when the Stanford was playing football games, we'd be out there selling newspapers for 10 cents and get 5 cents for each paper we'd sell. Mm-hmm. I started caddying out at Stanford when I was 16. Mm-hmm. And went over to Sharon Heights Golf Course and started caddying there. And the first night I caddied, I made $20 for carrying 2 bags, 18 holes. Actually, I got $22. It was $10 a bag, and I got a $2 tip.
Yeah,
and
that was a lot of money back then.
Well, for somebody who was 16, yes. And then I told my mom, look, I made $22, and she said, oh, that's wonderful. Well, you're gonna have to give us half of it. Mm-hmm. And I'm y'all just trying to take my money. But my mother saved it for me.
Yeah.
And later on, when I needed when I was in the service and I had a family, and she gave me, I never wanted your money, but I didn't want to see you waste it. Our kids have so much today, they don't have a clue.
No.
Not my kids. Y'all must be talking about y'all grandkids. My kids is 54 years old.
Huh?
My kids is 54 years old.
No, I'm not. Yeah, no. Well, I'm.
Old.
No, I'm talking about kids in general.
I know your kids, Vicky.
I know. Judy.
Yeah.
I know how you are. Didn't you have your hand up?
You're unmuted. You're unmuted, Judy. You can unmute.
No, she said she was just waving.
Okay. Well, you can.
I just want to make sure that's my sister.
Judy is part of.
I was just waving. Yep, Vicky, my sister-in-law.
That's right. For life.
Yeah.
So again, it's. I don't know if you all would like to stay or go. I've really enjoyed. I didn't know what today was going to be like. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning. I'm going to post some things that I do have because I put together a piece for Faye McNair and Louis Bundy, and I don't know if you know, we've lost a number. I mean. Number of our classmates.
A significant number.
Recently.
Yes.
Did we lose anyone this year?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, besides Chester. Yes.
Yeah. Chester McCall and Henry Price. And I remember growing up with Henry.
Leah Ray Boyd, lots of people.
Oh, wow.
But let me say this,
Yes,
Isaac.
yeah.
The next time you have it, I would love for you to get a booklet on how to do it. And not being mean, because you've done a wonderful job.
No,
but you have to learn, you got to get people off of there, because there's people that deserve to talk that probably didn't get a chance to talk.
Yeah.
Probably because I was running my mouth, and other people too. But in all fairness, I think that, it would be good, because we had a hand sign down here, participants. You can click it and you raise your hand.
And not only are you right, yeah, it's the right thing to do. And I've never been a very good moderator, and that was a wonderful thing about television and radio. You didn't have to moderate who was going to speak.
I'm surprised. You surprised me. You surprised me today.
How's that?
Yeah,
because I thought you would be a little bit more harsher, but in getting people to be quiet and organizing them. But like you said, because you were behind the screen, you was doing it that way. You didn't have to worry about that stuff. So
no, it was time. Yes.
This was my first time Zooming or doing anything like this.
Wow.
I don't even do Facebook, and so, but I really wanted to be with all of you.
Wonderful.
I'm glad. I'm glad, Rita.
Yeah, Vicky. I don't know you, Vicky, and I'm sorry I don't know you.
What year did you graduate?
67.
Oh, I was there. You probably knew my sister Cheryl.
Maybe.
Yes.
Everybody knew her.
and her brothers too.
I know her. We're talking about my brothers. They was not bullied. Do you hear that, Judy?
What was their last name?
Hold on, wait a minute. Did I ever say they were bullies?
You said my brothers was bullying you.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
Okay, well.
Everybody heard you. You can't take it back. Play the tape back.
Okay, I will. Because I was a young.
My sister's name was Cheryl Smothers.
Cheryl Smothers, yes.
Smothers.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. And what about brothers?
Smothers. And my brother's name was Smothers too.
That's Mothers, yes.
But Don Smothers was in the first graduating class with Ella.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they went to MA, him and his twin, and then they graduated in that group. That very first Ravenswood, they got sent back.
Now my sister-in-law went to MA, and then I had married Robert Rich, which graduated in 64, and then I'm still friends with his brother, I think, who graduated in 62 from Ravenswood, and then his cousin graduated in 62 from Ravenswood. So I still know some of those people, and I know people from MA and Sequoia.
Rob, I'm gonna say Rob.
Let me say this.
Rob has been the host of this. Thank you, Rob. Rob, this is Rob's thing. This would be the first time I've actually done a Zoom meeting like this.
Oh, good. Wonderful. You did good.
Well, what they say, it is what it is.
Rob.
Yeah.
I want to tell you that me, you, and Wilbur belong to the same club, just so you know.
Okay.
With your brother Steve?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Don't say nothing about him, Isaac.
No, I wasn't. Wait, because you knew the Moores, the Moores and all of it. We all used to be together as kids.
Okay, go ahead, Rob.
Ken Moore was a bully, but
he sure was. Sure was.
So was I. So, that's okay. The thing is, with Steve, when I
was a good bully.
I got into the program.
Yeah, he was good.
And Luther Brock had 2 years to go. And I went to his mom's house in Palo Alto, and then walked Robert and Steve, and just shocked me. I got a great picture of the three of us from Ravenswood, And
wow.
we're all clean and sober, and it was pretty nice.
So when is your date? The same? You said the same as Wilbur, same year?
No, not the same year. He's 2 years ahead of me, but the same day, April 10th.
10. That's his date.
April 10th. I'm 88. He's 86.
Wow.
And I'm 89.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, you're talking about the year you.
And Steve was 88.
He was 88. Yeah, with me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That is, huh?
And then Luther told me about him and Steve and
yeah,
the laundry and all that at Nairobi
some
Center.
stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Rob, thank you. And
bet.
Bill, I'm
Yeah,
Bill,
good
I'm
job.
gonna look at this and I got a critical warning that this recording is stopped, so I'm gonna stop recording.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well,
And it's interesting. I'll go back and look at it, and just want to say good night to all of you. Be safe. Wear your mask.
Yeah.
Good night, you guys. Bye, Vicky. Bye, you guys.
Judy, you're not going nowhere tomorrow either.
No.
Me either.
As I say, we've been blessed by the best. We really have. And a lot of folks.
I'll be right here in my room.
Raven, Raven, rave for Raven.
Woo! We are the Trojans, the mighty, mighty Trojans.
Yeah.
I was a cheerleader. You forgot I was a cheerleader, Isaac?
No, I wasn't there when you were cheering. I was in the Navy.
My sophomore and junior year, you was there. You only 1 grade ahead of me.
I was in class 67, yeah. Okay.
I'm 68.
I was working. I didn't get to go.
You were still mad at me because I wouldn't be your girlfriend.
No.
Bye. Bye.
Hey, I love you all. Have a nice
I love you.
Christmas.
God bless you all. God bless you all.
Bless you.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Judy.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Judy was the first one on here, and now she's going to be the last one.
Uh-huh. Bye. Merry Christmas. Talk to you later, Rob.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you.